You send me Wednesday Bible. I can hear you, but I've never seen this intro.
Must I be here?
I can. As we gear up to the movies releasing at the cinemas tomorrow, so go all out movie junket.
No, I just got 2 Wednesday Bibles yesterday and the day before.
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
And a very good morning. Yes, this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and it is Thursday. Can you believe it? And on Thursdays, we love to take a look at some of the movies that we'll be releasing, and that's exactly what we are doing today, taking a look at those movies coming out in cinemas tomorrow. So what we've decided is we are going to go all out. From movie junkets with the cast of The Whale to celebrating the art of sexy dance moves with the release of Magic Mike. We sure are ready to entertain you this morning on your feel-good breakfast show. And then also from learning pole dancing to serenading your loved one with music, we have got you sorted for Valentine's Day. So stay tuned to your feel-good breakfast show between now and 9 o'clock. We have loads to unpack. But first, let's say good morning to 2 very important gentlemen. Morning.
Good morning, Zozo. You look gorgeous this morning.
Who are these 2 important gentlemen that you're talking about? Like,
we both got pretty nervous during that little introduction there. Yes, it's going to be one of those shows. It's going to be a loved-up show. How you love?
I'm excited. There's a lot going on.
There is, man. It's the month of love, and we're all feeling pretty loved up. So we thought we'd start that conversation this morning, and this we can have a lot of fun with, dude. Now, I want you to think about this, because I'm going to put you on the spot just now. But I'm going to put this to you first. If your love life, okay, was a movie, what would that movie be and why? Dun, dun, dun. You can let us know. 0634088863 is the WhatsApp line to use. What do you reckon?
Goof Troop. No.
Goof Troop.
No, I don't know. I mean,
Strictly Boredom, hands down. Strictly Boredom.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. There are going to be some really good ones, just to make sure it's not Alien or some kind of horror movie.
Just bearing in mind your better half might be watching this morning as well when you describe that relationship, but we'd love to hear from you. In fact, if you want to weigh in on anything we're talking about this morning, please do. You've got our WhatsApp line. You can also hit us up on the socials. But let's give you a few of those talking points. Zozo has the latest news headlines, and then I've got some pretty positive news to get into with the sport. Cheers, dude. Cheers. I made you breakfast.
Oh,
I did.
Wow, so much work.
Thank you, G's. That's Graham and Grant. But let's quickly look at those national headlines. Measures have been put in place to ensure that President Cyril Ramaphosa's State of the Nation address tonight in Cape Town is delivered in a safe environment. Law enforcement officers have been deployed. Sona is traditionally marked by considerable pomp and splendor at the Parliament building in Cape Town. But this year, for a second consecutive time, the President will deliver his speech in the Cape Town City Hall as the Parliament building, gutted in an arson attack some 13 months ago, is still under repair. And staying with our local news, Gauteng's health department has confirmed a 3rd case of cholera in Johannesburg. The department says the latest case reported yesterday is that of the husband of one of the first 2 confirmed patients. The man presented symptoms at a health facility and was immediately admitted for further tests to be conducted. The department's spokesperson, Motalatele Modiba, said that the patient was in a stable condition. The 2 other cases were reported in Johannesburg on the 1st and 3rd of February. Now, moving to news abroad, a new UN report suggests that the most common factor driving people to join extremist groups in the sub-Saharan Africa is not religion, but the need for work. The report by the UN Development Programme surveyed thousands of people in 8 African countries, including Mali, Nigeria, and Somalia. Only 17% of respondents said that religion was the reason for joining radical groups, whereas 40% said poverty was their main motivation. In 2021, nearly half of the deaths attributed to terrorist groups were in sub-Saharan Africa. And staying with news abroad, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky urged Britain and others yesterday to give Ukraine wings for freedom by sending combat aircraft to help turn the tide against Russia's offensive. Western countries have scaled up their promises of military aid for Ukraine this year with pledges of tanks, armored vehicles, and longer-range weapons, but have so far not delivered any warplanes. Meanwhile, latest news is that Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands have pledged to provide some 200 Leopard 1 tanks to Ukraine within a month or two. And now bringing it back home, an NGO in the Western Cape's Garden Route has developed a new product that will help combat hunger and put nutritious food on the table for the most vulnerable people in the community. Born during the lockdown, the Garden Route Food Pantry has been feeding thousands of people. They source their food from farmers and wholesalers and then distribute it to the soup kitchens. And now they've developed the food sock, which feeds a family of 4 for 30 Rand a day. Designed by top chefs, this product is focused on nutrition. At the moment, they offer 6 different meal flavors, ranging from biryani to tomato and mutton curry stews. The benefit of this food sock is twofold: to generate an income and to use that income to again pack more free meals. Bearing this in mind, the Garden Route Food Pantry is encouraging those who can sponsor meals for those who cannot afford them. So please do so. Those details are on your screen right now. Well, that's your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's start with cricket, and pretty good news ahead of the World Cup, certainly as it points to some great form. The Proteas batter Laura Wolvaardt scored a superb half-century as South Africa defeated Pakistan by 6 wickets in their final T20 Women's World Cup warm-up match yesterday. Chasing 143 for that win, Laura Wolvaardt and Tasman Brits put on 107 in their opening stand to put the Proteas in firm control. Wolvaardt smashed 65 of 42 balls before Ali Arias got the breakthrough. And after being 107 for naught, South Africa soon crumbled to 116 for 4. However, our all-rounders Chloe Trion and Nadine de Klerk ensured the Proteas got over the line with 10 balls to spare. Well done, ladies. Then staying with cricket, the Pretoria Capitals became the first side to book their place in the final of the SA20. That was after beating the Paarl Royals by 29 runs in their first semi-final. So batting first, the Capitals got off to a pretty slow start. They were 51 for 3 inside 9 overs. However, 56 from Riley Rousseau and a 22 from Ethan Bosch propelled their side to 153 for 8. And the Royals lost Jason Roy on their second ball of the chase and then never really recovered. Bosch, along with Anrich Nokia, Adil Rashid, James Newsham, all taking 2 wickets apiece as the Royals were bundled out for 124. So the Capitals will face the winner of today's semi-final, and that's between the Super Kings and the Sunrisers. Then on to Formula One. It looks like they might have found an answer to the latest controversy in the sport. So motorsport boss Mohammed bin Sulayman has now said that he will take a step back from direct involvement in Formula One. The 61-year-old's move comes after a series of controversies since he became president of the governing body of the FIA in December of 2021. Bin Sulayman, he wrote that it had been his, quote, stated objective to be a non-executive president via the recruitment of a team of professional managers. The step, the Emirati said, has now largely been completed. Then another moment in history yesterday in basketball. Let's head to the US, where LeBron James has now become the NBA's all-time leading scorer, passing the legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long-standing record. So the Lakers star, he hit 38 points in a 133-130 defeat by the Oklahoma City Thunder to surpass Abdul-Jabbar's mark of 38,387 points set back in 1989. Abdul-Jabbar's record initially broke the scoring record in April of 1984. Then that was, in fact, 8 months before James was even born. The 38-year-old, who needed 36 points to break the record, did so with a beautiful fadeaway jumper at the end of the third quarter, and he finished the match with a career total of 38,390 points under the belt. Impressive. And that's where we leave our sport for now. Brand new day, brand new weather to wrap our heads around. Let's get the latest from Zoe.
Thank you, Graham. And let's start off with some news. The SA Weather Service has issued several warnings for disruptive rainfall, which could lead to localized flooding across the country, especially in the north. An orange level 5 warning has been issued for disruptive rainfall expected in KwaZulu-Natal, the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape, the eastern and northern parts of Limpopo, as well as the low-veld and escarpment areas in Mpumalanga. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rainfall leading to localized flooding of bridges, roads and settlements has been issued for the eastern parts of both the Free State and the Northwest. Meanwhile, flooding has occurred in Kumani, formerly known as Queenstown, in the Eastern Cape after heavy rain yesterday morning. The Kumani River has burst its banks and some bridges are underwater. The Life Private Hospital was engulfed and patients had to be evacuated and moved to Life East London Private Hospital. Disaster management teams from the Chris Hani District Municipality have also been deployed to assist. And now we take a moment to look at those sunrise views. Kicking us off this morning is Naomi from Greenwood Park. Look at that photo she sent through. The sun is playing peekaboo with us. Then Nkobile from Krugersdorp captured this photo before heading out to work. What a beautiful one. And then Sadie shared her view of the bold sky from Durban. Look at those orange shades just showing off. And last up, we have Akila this morning who's showing off this flawless photo from Gqeberha. Just look at the colors in the sky. What a beautiful way to start your morning. Thank you for that. Well, if you have a sunrise view to share with us, our number is 063 408 8863. Snap those sunrise views and share it with us on WhatsApp. But let's look at today's temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, your low is 18, your high 24. Mpumalanga, 19 with a high of 22. Pretoria, 17.28. Johannesburg, 15.25. Thunder can be expected in Mahikeng, 16 with a high of 26. Klerksdorp, 16.27. Kimberley, 15, reaching a high of 26. Bloemfontein, 14 with a high of 24. Richards Bay, 22 with a high of 26. Rain can be expected in Pietermaritzburg today, 18.24. Durban, 22 with a high of 27. Rainy conditions in Mthatha, 16 is your low, 20 your high. East London, 19.23. Cradock, 14.22. If you're in Gqeberha, your low is 19, your high 24. It's sunny in George, 17 is your low, 26 your high. Cape Town, 18.26. If you're in Worcester, a sunny day with a low of 17, a high of 34. Sutherland, 12.28. And if you're in Uppington, 18 is your low and 33 degrees Celsius. That is your high for today. Well, if you have a beautiful sunrise view, please share it with us. We'll have another update at 7 o'clock.
I don't have a sunrise view, but I've got a beautiful view of a gorgeous Clem. Look at that Clem breaking in the morning. We absolutely love it. Now, Chef Clem is here, and he is just as loved up as the rest of us. Good morning, son. I hope you're ready to get those vocal cords warmed up. We're going to be having a little bit of fun this morning. We are all about the Valentine's inspiration today. We're going to have a little bit of a sing-along just now. And, of course, we're going to bring you some dance moves later and a whole lot of inspiration in the kitchen. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, there is lots of chatter about what we're going to be getting up to for Valentine's Day this year. I can't even say it properly. I'm so nervous. No, we love Valentine's Day because it does give us a chance to be completely loved up and get a little bit silly. And, of course, you can do something with your partner. Now, I know there is nothing like a classic love song to get the heart beating, to capture the moment, and especially on a date night. And I think most couples have their song or some songs that connect to them or connect them to each other. And we are going to do that to have an inspired game of classic love song sing-along. And this is going to put you to the test, my friend. Okay, so we're going to partner up. I think we need to bring in a partner. I'm guessing nice Lucian, I think, is hopefully going to be up for the challenge.
Yes, let's do it. Woo!
Sorry, buddy, it was only a matter of time, my friend. So you've probably played this on a night out once or twice. One person starts the love song, the next person picks up the next line, if you can.
So,
if you don't know the words.
where the one song ends, the other person has to use that word to sing a new song.
Oh, yeah, okay,
I
kind
can't
of.
sing.
Well, neither can I.
Well, I can, but I'm
Lucian is here. Lucian, you're going to have to
I'll give
carry,
you an
hard carry.
Example. How's that? We'll help you out. So the first one could be, how deep is your love?
Why must we go first?
Love. And then you pick up with the word love, right?
Any song. That was just an example.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll give this a go. I've got
I've got to
I've got to wrap my
lyrics for us?
Spotify in my brain.
Is the lyrics for us?
Lyrics.
Can we just go? Can we just go?
Make up your own lyrics.
Okay. And I had the time of my life.
No, it's you two.
What? No,
Let's
this.
sing together. You sing. When you're done, he sings. When he's done, you sing. Let's see how long you can have
Okay.
to sing on.
Rewind. I'm going back to. Actually, you know more songs than I do. Okay. Oh, well, let me do this. And we had the time of my life.
And I'll never felt this way before.
Do we have to pick up the same song or use the same words?
Where you end is where
You have to use the word life.
Lucian has to start a new song.
The hardest part.
Yeah, so we have to sing and we have to know
It's just
a
realized that you
bunch
got
of
thrown
lyrics.
under the bus completely. It is a challenge.
It
Okay.
is a real challenge. This is a hard game.
Ooh, it is a tough one.
Stakes are high.
Okay, should we give it a go?
Let's give it a go. Do you want to start?
When a man loves a woman, she can do no wrong.
R-E-S-P-C-T. Find out what it means to me. What song do you get from woman?
Exactly, it's very hard.
Okay, let's try another one.
Please.
How deep is your love? How deep is your love?
Love is in the air.
There you go. Oh, well done. Very good. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay. This is gonna be bad.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast in my hometown.
Hey, some Vanessa Carlton. Oh, wow.
Staring
Town.
back to your head, making my way to the crowds. Lord Jesus, that was terrible.
And even my brain is seizing
So now we
out.
have to know a
crowd.
song with the lyric crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, are we a team? Because that sounds like you're
Yay.
playing me.
This has got to be, without a doubt, the most challenging.
I actually don't know
My
a word.
brain is
I don't know a
done
song with the
all
word crowd in it. I know there are people at home shouting at their screens right now. Three's a crowd?
Three's a crowd for Valentine's Day.
I'm getting it back for getting me back.
Yo, listen, I gave you love. I set it up.
No.
Okay.
This is real hard.
This is difficult.
That was a tough one, man. This might be the most challenging game we have played on the show, without a doubt. So let us know if you can do this with your partner, and please record the evidence, set the mood with a classic candlelit dinner and a classic love song playlist. And make sure you've curated your playlist beforehand so you don't run into troubles like us. All you need is love and a little Clover classic to make that date night extra special.
Come sing another one.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, Classic cars. Thanks, Chad. And we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, listen, love is certainly in the air. We might not have been able to sing it, but we can help you when it comes to celebrating the most romantic day of the calendar year, Valentine's Day.
Yep, Zoe and Raul went to the crazy store to find the perfect gifts for their significant others. Under 200 Rand.
Yep, we shopped under a budget and we are here to help you also do the same. Take a look. We know you can't put a price on love, but when Valentine's Day falls this close to January, finding a good deal can't hurt. Luckily for us, the Crazy Store has some amazing, adorable, and most importantly, affordable gifts that you can make sure your loved ones feel super spoiled this Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes. Now, of course, everybody deserves love. So Zoe and I put an incredible challenge together today, and it's the perfect way to show you how you can find the perfect Valentine's Day gifts for under 100 and 200 Rand. Simple as that. Zoe, you think you can do this?
Of course I can.
Let's get our shopping on. All right, so we are starting off with the 100 Rand challenge first. And my strategy is pretty simple. I'm a lover of gift bundling. So essentially, I want to try to see how many gifts I can get while still staying under budget.
My strategy for today is to get as much bang for my buck and really see if I can spend every single cent. Coming here, I know what I want to get Raul. Mini chocolate hearts, some cheeky, adorable date night dice, this mini mug with a greeting card, and wrap it all up in a beautiful gift bag.
And of course, how can you have Valentine's Day without chocolate? And these chocolate balls are perfect for one person or to share. It goes both ways. I love this. Now, this is something that's definitely catching my eye too, and I know this is something Zoe's gonna love because Zoe, you know you have a special place in my heart. These cards are so incredible. There's so many different themes and options. You can go wild with this, but I think there's one more thing that I need to add to seal the deal.
So for the 100 Rand bundle, I thought, why not help Raul with his creativity? As a man, I feel like there's always pressure to plan date nights. So I got him these really cool date night dice. So that really just takes away the pressure. It gives you an activity as well as what to eat. So really, he's gonna have a lot of fun with that. Now we are moving on to the big guns, the 200 Rand gift bundle. And we're gonna upgrade from the gift bag to the gift box. For Raul, I'm going to get this cute little plush bear, a mug with chocolate, and of course, more chocolates, these adorable mini chocolate slabs.
Hey, all right, anyway. I love this challenge because this means double the budget. And what does that mean? Double the love. Oh, yes. Now I've already picked up 2 epic items. Look at this. Love bubbles. You can literally blow love around the room and you can have so much fun with this. I think even the kids will enjoy this one. Now, on top of that, how cool is this? It's a mug and bear set. I think it's so beautifully wrapped. I love the colors. I love what it's representing. Of course, love. And on top of that, I mean, look at these cool options we've got here. How cute is this? A little hedgehog, which I know Zoe's going to absolutely love. She can cuddle up with that. And, oh, the cherry on top of it all. A lolly to make Zoe jolly. I'm honestly blown away by this entire shopping experience. I didn't know that you could get so much for so little. The options that they have for Valentine's Day alone were just exceptional. And I mean, even on top of that, there's just so much else that you can just buy from this place. You don't need to go anywhere else.
Okay.
Oh, that was so much fun. So, Zoe, what did you get me?
Raul, you'll have to wait until the 14th of Feb. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. Well, no matter what, Valentine's Day is all about sharing the love. But don't let the worries of breaking the bank stop you from doing just that. Now, no matter what the love languages of your loved one, the Crazy Store has something special for everyone.
From adorable plush toys to mugs, decor, and chocolates, you are sure to be able to spoil your Valentine with the Crazy Store. Oh, it was a lot of fun shopping with Raul. I mean, you know, going around the store, and especially I find it actually more exciting when you have a budget and you have to work with that. It forces you to be creative. But
it also takes a lot of the anxiety out because you also don't want your partner to overspend or you don't want to spend less than your partner.
Yeah.
But if you've got a budget, then it's great.
And it's all about having fun. And if you don't have that Valentine, make yourself that Valentine. We heard what Miley said. I can buy my own flowers.
That's right. See you guys after the break.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for keeping it locked this morning. The two Gs, that makes me the OG, hey?
Oh,
I didn't say that. Zoe said that.
I want to be the OG.
You're the OG.
So what does that make me? The new G?
No, you're the young G, yo.
Young G.
Young
the
G.
YG.
Own that for as long as you can, my friend. We are loving being loved up. Yes, it gives us an opportunity to laugh at each other when we try and sing songs, and also an opportunity to really connect. And nothing says it better than a movie. And that's what we wanted to put to you this morning was, if your love life was a movie, what would it be and why?
I hope we got some really good answers, because that's actually a really good question.
Yeah, I think it's going to get spicy. So we've got Sibongile saying, good morning, family. It would definitely be Pretty Woman. Lovely.
You know what I like that is that he has a singular there. That means he's got somebody, one person he's buying flowers for.
There, Josephine Pickstone. She's actually the real OG. She was probably on the show before I was. My love life, a movie, definitely Titanic. It's an amazing movie, all about love. Josephine, I don't know if you get...
You know, if your love life is Titanic,
look,
actually, that's a good... Oh,
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Do we tell her how the movie ends?
Obida Sadi said, hello, guys. Well, my own life has been a love story, lovely, but I will say The Bodyguard, I will always love you, and Pretty Woman, the stunning movies, the most stunning actors, Kevin, Richard, absolutely agree with you. I went to watch Magic Mike last night. Oh, dancing the best. There we go. There's the first endorsement. I wonder if anyone's going to put Magic Mike as the...
As their love life.
Have you figured out one yet for you?
I haven't. I was going to say Jurassic Park, but...
Just, oh, man, we are so bad at Valentine's Day, but we're going to try. That's why we have got experts to help us train this morning. Clem, please, can you help us train in the way of love?
We're definitely helping you, but you know what? I feel like you can't use load shedding as an excuse this year. There are some people that make up every excuse not to go that extra mile, but all it takes are small gestures, and you can do that with love, and it really goes a long way. And a great way to do that is a dreamy picnic for two, just the perfect couch that you need, and it will be the perfect touch for this Valentine's Day. And that's why we have Chef Clem in the kitchen to make sure our tummies are full as our hearts, even though there's no electricity. These are all the great alternatives if you are experiencing load shedding during that special time.
But I feel like even if you aren't, just like create the mood with like candles and everything that you need for that night. It's amazing. So Meg can actually show you how to style a table, but for the table you need food.
You need food. So you're doing that. Can I light the candles?
Yes, so let me give you a little...
So we are...
There we go. Oh wait, it's got a pilot on there. You do your thing there.
Oh, this is... Okay, you go, I'll figure it out.
Okay, I just need the knife though. There we go.
Need to put it
So
on.
I'm gonna start with a prawn cocktail. Woolies have the prawn cocktail, and you know it's iconic. People love it. You gotta hold it up straight. You see, what are you doing in the streets with your... Wow. No, hold it up straight.
It looks like a gun.
Okay, while you're working on that prawn cocktail, we know it from Woolies. You got it. So what we're gonna do is make sure that your avos are ripe, and the way you do that is you make sure you get it from Woolies, okay? There's nothing worse than preparing a prawn cocktail and then your avos are rock hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so do the right thing, get it from Woolies, give it a twist. So what you do is once you twist it open, you got the stone, okay? Give it a little whack, twist, and then you take this and you go...
Be very careful, please. You don't want to end up in the emergency room or have mango.
I think that's gonna bruise. Just put some ice on it. Put some ice on it. Walk it off. Walk it off.
Don't do
Okay,
that
they're
at
fine.
home.
They're fine. Right. So there we go. You get your martini glasses, and how beautiful are these?
Those are gorgeous.
These in the evening with the candles, we use these at home. It gives it the most beautiful shimmer on the table as well. It's amazing. So get your spoon, scoop it out, keep it whole as well. There we go.
Putting the half...
Half the avo goes in. And this is gonna be kind of like the little boat that holds the prawn cocktail.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, it helps if your avo is fully ripe. You know, as you take a bite, a scoop, it should easily break and be able to just reach for yourself.
Then you're gonna get your prawn cocktail, spoon that over. Super simple. There's not like, again, it's all about...
Woolies does the work for you.
They've done all the work for you. So literally, like you said, there's no excuse for the lights being out. Woolies have got everything covered, down from the decor that you need, table settings, to the food, the candles.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Get that on there.
Now, Chef Clem, am I allowed to ask you what your plans are for Valentine's Day? I know your wife, Meg Pedro, is also in studio. Is there any secrets, or can you reveal?
I think I can share it.
Well,
right,
if you
Meg?
don't want to share your current plans, share some past plans with us.
Come to the kitchen, Meg. So what we do is we actually do like a Valentine's Day vibe-ish once a week. Vibe-ish thing, where we just like chill, candles on, lights out, and then
Sometimes we're forced to just have candles on.
Of course, you know, and that's the positive side of things.
So, fingers crossed that the weather's going to be amazing. We're planning an outdoor picnic vibe, outside, lights out. I'm doing a full spread. We're going seafood this year.
Oh.
Then, got a projector, which has a battery, and we're going to project a rom-com on the wall, sitting outside, candlelights. We got it sorted.
Anything J-Lo, I feel like.
Right?
Maybe her cute her movie, Marry Me or Marry You, or that was quite cute. I watched that the other day.
Yes, we did. Okay, so that's our plans for Valentine's Day. These are beautiful, right? Okay, these are for your table in a bit.
You have to create an element of surprise.
I'm going to go and do the final touch.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be with you shortly.
So now we've got that. I'm going to start building on a cheese platter. Well, I need you to start arranging all our Woolies treats.
Okay.
We've got the artisanal fortune cookies, and they're really amazing. We've got the chuckles in the heart, and we've got the besties. We've got the vanilla and strawberry scented giant marshies. I really do want you to cut them open and smell those marshmallows. It smells like strawberry times 1,000.
Cookies.
There we go. It's these giant marshies. Amazing. While you're doing that, I'm going to work on our cheese board. But first, I've got to light this one candle.
Oh, did it die?
I've got to get it going here. There we go. Okay.
One.
There we go. Got it. So, For the cheese platter, we've been using a lot of balls and cheese. Have to have that. It's really delicious. Again, super simple.
Oh, that is a good cheese.
It is so good. Just pop it open up the foil, get it down in your bowl, and we're using South Africa's favorite. It's become another iconic dish from Woolies, or an item from Woolies.
Giant marshy that I've ever seen.
Chili onion crisp goes on the balls and cheese. Did you smell that marshy?
Yes, but
It smells amazing.
look at it.
Chili crisp goes in.
That's good.
Good. Then we got a beautiful camembert, which Woolies have, specific for Valentine's Day. And it comes with the actual preserve that you're gonna serve with it. I'm gonna need your scissors.
Go for it.
While I'm doing that, can I ask you just to open that for me?
Yes, and this is our green fig preserve.
Figs and cheese, we know they're perfectly made for each other.
Winning combination.
Winning combination. There we go. The camembert. And don't forget to take that out the fridge about an hour before serving. The flavor just enhances so much as well as the texture.
But also, yeah, you get it at a bit of room temperature, which is perfect.
We are doing the things. This is what you do literally just before you start serving this platter. Don't put it out too soon as well. You want to keep things looking fresh, tasting amazing. Blue cheese.
Put all the besties out.
All the besties out. And of course, when you need crackers, we're gonna actually go for the savory selection. So that's gonna join the party. It's so simple, but it looks beautiful.
That looks beautiful.
And
This is fun.
I think we've done a great job.
We definitely have. I want to see what are inside this cute little container. I think these are chuckles.
That's the chuckles in the tins. So Woolies have the martini glasses for you. They have the wooden boards, and use the wooden boards, use the bigger ones. You can actually use the surface. What else have we got? The cheese knife set. Have to have that. That's important. These are really beautiful. Again, it's like in store now, but it's so timeless. We'll be using this for years to come. So definitely get that. This looks amazing. All we have to do now
Pop the bubbles. And while you do that, I can, oyster. Oh, okay. You've been so aggressive in the kitchen with the cork.
It's about the theatre. It's about the theatre. You have to present and do that on Valentine's Day.
Well, you can add all the theatre and all the love this Valentine's and surprise that special someone with a load-shedding friendly home-cooked meal. Head on over to expressoshow.com to get your hands on this recipe that we've made. In fact, just all the ingredients we've used to put together in our delicious board. It's all available at Woolworths, available in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app. Chef Clem, non-alcoholic?
Non-alcoholic.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. And for you, you stand the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Simply reply to the competition post that is on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and tell us, what delicious dish are you making this Valentine's Day? Don't forget to include that hashtag Woolies Valentines, and that competition will close at midnight on Sunday, the 12th of Feb. So you've got some time to think about what you're going to make and to enter. Now, those T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. Cheers. Aww.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. And you know the saying, roses are red, violets are blue. Woolworths is celebrating love with you. That's a new one. Well, Valentine's Day, it is around the corner. And Woolies wants to make sure that you are set up for the perfect date night. So that's why we brought in stylist and blogger Megan Pedro. She's here to show us some amazing ways that we can really add some love to our date night tables. Megan, I am loving what I'm seeing in front of me.
Thank you.
We were in the kitchen earlier with Clem and he was putting this gorgeous platter together. But let's talk through setting the table for your romantic date night.
Amazing. So that actually talks straight into layering. And I think what's so beautiful about the setting is using your tablecloth in a different way. When we go and purchase a table, we often buy it for the grain in the wood, the marble, and then you don't want to cover it up completely.
You know what? And there's something about covering the entire table that automatically makes everything feel so formal.
100%. It can also make your eye draw in closer, where this creates a beautiful line, and then you're also creating a styling moment. So Woolies has introduced my favorite thing. I am so insanely excited about it. Linen tablecloths. Oh my goodness. Linen is the texture of the season, I want to say. It is absolutely beautiful. So we are loving this linen texture as well as the napkins. It creates such a great texture as well as cotton is, with cotton, linen is much faster drying. So I feel like it's such a durable, you know, beautiful fabric.
Definitely, and I love this little touch. I mean, what a unique way to serve your serviettes. Like you add a little rose to it.
Just something romantic.
And just something different. And I mean, you know, I know this is Valentine's Day, so you can play around with the roses, but any other date night that you do and you just want to add something different, maybe add a eucalyptus leaf to it.
Oh, 100%.
Or a sunflower, whatever her favorite flowers are.
Anything flower. And then also, Woolies has a range of faux flowers, which is great to use throughout the year. And when I talk about quality, I mean, that is hand in hand with Woolworths. Quality goes with, you know, sustainable pieces that are going to last throughout the year. We used these beautiful Soho plates when we did our New Year's Eve table. And what's so great is I always talk about using moments in a different way throughout the year, because these are pieces that you love, that you invest in, and you're using it in different ways. So these are your beautiful, you know, sets that go hand in hand. And I think black is always so chic and so stylish. Such a great way to pair, especially when you're doing beautiful stainless steel cutlery, which is such a staple in your home.
It's so interesting you mentioned that, because you think Valentine's Day, you think red, white, pink. Not everyone has those aesthetics, but look at this. We are using neutral tones and we're bringing through those pops of color through the strawberries, through the flowers, through the little chocolates. And I love that you can really personalize your current wear to really fit into the theme of Valentine's Day.
Completely. And then also your two-tone roses. I think that's such a great way, again, not to do, you know, bright pink and bright red only, but I mean, these are absolutely stunning. And then, if you want to talk about stunning, you just go straight into the beautiful vases, the ribbed collection. Oh, it is, Woolies is just hitting all the nails in the head right now. I think also with candles, we are ready, like I said, we are needing to use candles. So make it something really, really beautiful. Instead of having one layer that is all the same height, create different levels.
I love
Levels
that.
are always great in styling because it creates different, you know, beautiful moments. And then one of my favorite things when it comes to styling is a keepsake. So whenever you have come to our house for, you know, a meal or something like that, look under your side plate there.
Under my side plate. Oh, how sweet is this?
So we've got, you know, beautiful keepsakes that I think you can just create moments throughout the table.
Oh, and it even says Happy Valentine's Day, Zoe. So sweet.
Just personalizing again. It's so easy. It's so simple. But, you know, you walk into a Woolies and it's there. It's ready for you.
What a nice little surprise underneath the side plate. I mean, inside the bowl, we also have the thank you, and then you can personalize it by putting their name on it. Megan, I love this. I feel like we need to bring some food in. This is a true celebration. When it comes to setting the table, I can imagine at your house, you set the table, he makes the food, or do you ever swap roles?
We do sometimes swap roles.
But that's your strength, his strength.
Yes, so I feel like we've honed in on that. We have to cheers with our beautiful lead-free crystal. I mean, the shape on this is absolutely stunning.
Cheers, cheers. Thank you for not making me feel like a third wheel. This is amazing. Oh, well, absolutely beautiful. Well, hopefully we have now helped you out to get you ready for Valentine's Day. And you can get ready for date night dinner with Woolworths. Set the scene for the romantic meals and moments with dining essentials that's available in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app.
So let's hopefully continue to inspire you with a possible Valentine's Day gift. I think Elizabeth Taylor nailed it when she said jewelry is the ultimate expression of individuality. And Nomination Italy champions telling your own story through jewelry that is perfectly crafted. And they recently launched their second store at the V&A waterfront, and people were excited, and I was one of them. Take a look. Those who know. Nomination is right now a world leader in gold and stainless steel jewelry. Beautiful design that captures not only their message, their core values, but also an Italian design, an approach to artisanal craftsmanship that screams that is made in Italy. And it's something to behold. I'm at the Nomination Italy flagship store here at the V&A waterfront, and this is definitely worth a look. Come on. Nomination Italy is a brand that stands for sharing. It's all about creating those unforgettable connections and moments with the people we care the most about, our family, our friends, our partners. It celebrates embracing everyone from every walk of life, no matter who we are or where we come from.
Wow.
I know.
You know everything.
Almost everything, because I also know that it's a brand that stands for being brave, for breaking down barriers, and most importantly, about enjoying life. I can understand why you are beaming from ear to ear. How excited are you that we are here at this moment?
I'm super excited. I'm here to bring the Italian style in Cape Town. This is our second store, our second monobrand store. The first one is in Johannesburg, and for me it's a dream to be here. We have big dreams. I'm so happy. Because, you know, composable nomination is all about expressing yourself. Anyone can have their own bracelet. And through the bracelet, you can create your own story, tell your message, or to express your love for somebody else.
Obviously, you have created a global brand that speaks for itself, but for those of us who are uninitiated, where did this all begin? Give us a little snippet of how you guys got started.
And everything started through a dream of my family, of my dad in the 80s. He wanted to bring our Italian style, our precious Italian Florentine craftsmanship, goldsmith, everywhere in the world. And everything started in Florence because my father was a gelato maker, ice cream maker, and watching beautiful women every day with a lot of jewelry, he realized that they were missing something that everybody could personalize, because my father wanted to dress every human being on this planet, and he made it, because nowadays we are in more than 40 countries, we have more than 3,000 retailers and more than 100 boutiques all around the world, and this is our second here in South Africa.
As we've heard from the man himself, the composable collection quickly becomes the essence of the entire company. Stainless steel is enhanced with gold, silver, precious stones, enamel, making these the ultimate selection for any occasion and, of course, any style. You've seen her on the stage in the Expresso studio. Annika is now here in the V&A waterfront, not wearing an ounce of bling yet, I'm assuming. So what is it about the composable collection that you like?
It can relate to literally anyone, whether it be like families, the LGBTQ community. So it's a relatable brand. Anyone can wear it, anyone can have like access to it. It's beautiful.
For the longest time, I was known as that girl that had that nice dainty necklace, but it broke. Don't tell anyone. Okay, it's between me and you. So I saw it, and I've been looking for every place, like every jewelry place where I can get it. And I saw it, and I was like, this is the first place that I've seen that has a replica of the necklace I grew up with. So I was like, whoa, okay, fine. This is it. It's my favorite brand. I'm done.
I bagged myself a couple of Pedros, okay? I love the fact that you guys know each other inside and out, and the opportunity to create a piece of jewelry that connects you. It's not just something that you've given to each other, but it's something that you share. What have you loved about this collection that you've seen tonight?
I think in 2023, you're seeing so much customization. So why not their jewelry? And think about it, when you were a kid, you had a mood ring. Yeah. Now we can get a different piece of jewelry for every day of the week to express our mood. How are you feeling today?
Ooh, in need of ice cream.
Well, it seems we are letting all our resident foodies out for a little bit of playtime. So good to connect with Jay, who, of course, is the chef on our sister show, Afternoon Express. He has been tempted into his own beautiful bracelet. So, Nicoletta, where do we begin? Because it's all about personalization.
We speak about 18 karat gold, rose gold, sterling silver. So it's really a unique bracelet. And you will see it's just a click, you know, to combine your bracelet. You see, voila, les jouets sont faits. You have already your unique bracelet, which is handmade. That's amazing, in Italy, in Florence.
With a little bit of South Africa, Jay. I was seeing a little South African flag. That's my favorite symbol. What do you make of this?
You know what, I think that just speaks to how you can personalize it. I think it's absolutely beautiful, firstly, just looking at it, but the comfortability, Graham. Come on, there's no closure on this. You can feel there's no pinching on the skin. And can I shower with this?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's 18 karat gold hand set on the stainless steel. So you can shower it, you can perfume it, you can be really glamour.
The real value of the composable collection is in its name, to nominate myself. The fact that you can compose an incredible message, either through the choice of symbols, the lettering, however you want to best express either a message of self-love or self-care. Maybe it's a mantra for yourself to look at every day, or it's something incredibly special, unforgettable for someone else. Something that they can look at every single day and know exactly how you feel about them. Now, someone who called us over by the sheer reflection of a light, Francois, I'm guessing this is your happy place. What do you think of this incredible store now that it's here, it's arrived? What do you make of their announcement and the arrival here at the V&A Waterfront?
When I first saw it, I couldn't believe that the nomination's going to open up the store here. And ever since, well, I've spent all my money here, so really enjoy the store. And the staff is absolutely great. About 10 years ago, I bought my first nomination bracelet. And now I'm into this glam, and it's absolutely fantastic. They've quite evolved over the years, and especially with the bling, I like that, and it's very playful.
In its essence, nomination has created a new way for us to communicate and to express ourselves. There is a symbol and a letter literally representing every one of us. I love that. It's all about those real-time connections. And from its beginning, I think it's gone way beyond its Italian borders, across the globe, winning over a cult following. I had no idea how much of a following here in South Africa. The good news is, they have a home at the V&A Waterfront. It has never been this unique for us to express ourselves. Come and have a look for yourself. Oh man, I absolutely love that because of the love that gets pumped into that brand. Now, maybe I should have opened with this one, but Nomination Italy are giving you guys the chance to win a 5,000 Rand online voucher to be redeemed on nomination.co.za. All you have to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or our Instagram page and tell us what your favorite 2022 memory is and who you shared it with. And of course, don't forget to hashtag it, one for me, one for you. That competition closes at midday on Monday, the 13th of February, but you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Get on this quickly. There are going to be a lot of entrants. We'll see you now.
Mama see, Mrs. I make the pot to be done. Famous for shisa nyama and shisayo. One touch here, one touch there. Fast food and even faster payments. Everybody wins Gwa Mama see. I mean, come on, man.
I am such a champ right now.
This summer, we are not just players. We are all champions. Unlock your profits with a quicker pause and qualify for a cash advance. Better together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Grant Hines and we've had a really exciting morning, but this is a very exciting time because I am using a behind-the-scenes camera. We are actually behind the scenes of the set. Everybody is out here. Hi, everybody. Say hi to everybody online. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for pulling in. It means a huge amount to us. Bing's Chilling Rons is watching all the way from New York. We've got some people watching from Los Angeles. Everywhere in the world, you can now tune in to your Feel Good Breakfast Show just on your browser. And if there's load shedding, don't worry about it. Just open up your phone, open up your computer, and you can come and join us. Come, thank you. Show us your coffee. I want to be a part of that. Anyway, Graham's got the news for you. Graham, take it away.
Sorry, thank you. Thanks, G. Well, listen, I'm just joking, but it's time for us to quickly look at your national headlines. Time's just gone at 1 minute after 7. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, says it can account for all South African citizens who were in Syria and Turkey at the time of Monday's earthquake. The death toll has meanwhile risen to more than 11,000. Some 19,000 people have been injured. DIRCO's head of diplomacy, Clayson Monyela, says the South Africans do not currently need support, and if there are any who need it, the first step would be to contact the SA Embassy in the Turkish capital, Ankara. DIRCO's officers in Pretoria will also provide support. Meanwhile, measures have been put in place to ensure that President Cyril Ramaphosa's State of the Nation address tonight in Cape Town will be delivered in a safe environment. Law enforcement officers have been deployed. The SONA is traditionally marked by considerable pomp and splendor at the Parliament building in Cape Town. But this year, for a second consecutive time, the President will deliver his speech in the Cape Town City Hall as the Parliament building, gutted during an arson attack some 13 months ago, is still under repair. Now, moving to news beyond our own borders, the death toll from Monday's earthquake in southern Turkey and northern Syria has risen to more than 11,000. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan yesterday visited the disaster zone as criticism grows over the official response. Families in some badly hit areas have said the slow speed of rescue efforts means they have had no help digging to find relatives. But Erdogan said it wasn't possible to prepare for disasters of this magnitude. The World Health Organization estimates that the death toll could reach 20,000. Meanwhile, rescue efforts are continuing in freezing temperatures. And a new UN report suggests that the most common factor driving people to join extremist groups in sub-Saharan Africa is not religion, but the need for work. The report by the UN Development Programme surveyed thousands of people in 8 African countries, including Mali, Nigeria, and Somalia. Only 17% of respondents said that religion was the reason for joining radical groups, whereas 40% said poverty was their main motivation. In 2021, nearly half of deaths attributed to terrorist groups was in sub-Saharan Africa. And on a busy weekend in Freetown, Sierra Leone, crowds gather to watch an afternoon football match not unlike countless others you'd find elsewhere in the world. But there's one striking difference. These players are all amputees and members of the Single-Leg Amputee Sports Association, an organization co-founded by Mambut Samai in 2001 towards the end of Sierra Leone's deadly civil war. In the war from 1991 to 2002, at least 50,000 people across the country lost their lives. Thousands more were left with missing limbs. While at a refugee camp filled with hundreds of amputees, Samai met an American missionary who introduced him to a form of adaptive football. Samai decided to show amputees how to play. The response was overwhelming and the Single-Leg Amputee Sports Association was established. Several of these players have since gone on to compete in international programs, including the World Amputee Football Championships. Well, on that very inspiring note, that's where I leave your morning headlines for now. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Let's start with, well, some pretty positive cricketing news as we focus on the Proteas ladies. And one of our top stars, Laura Volvaert, was in top form. She scored a superb half-century as South Africa defeated Pakistan by 6 wickets in their final T20 Women's World Cup warm-up match. Great timing. So chasing 143 for that win, Laura Volvaert and Tasman Brits put on a beautiful 107-run opening stand, put the Proteas in firm control. Volvaert smashing 65 or 42 balls before Aliyah Riaz got the breakthrough. And after being 107 for naught, South Africa was soon crumbling to 116 for 4. But our all-rounders, Chloe Trion and Nadine de Klerk, stepped in to ensure the Proteas got over the line with 10 balls to spare. But this is the perfect time to hit this kind of form. Then on to cricket. It's definitely the business end of the SA20 and the Pretoria Capitals. They became the first side to book their place in the final of the SA20. That was after beating the Paarl Royals by 29 runs in the first semi yesterday. So batting first, the Capitals got off to a pretty slow start. They were 51 for 3 inside 9 overs. However, 56 from Riley Rousseau and a 22 from Ethan Bosch propelled the side to 153 for 8 in the end. The Royals lost Jason Roy on the second ball of their chase and were never really able to recover. So Bosch, along with Anrich Nokia, who's been in superb form, and you reckon he might be one of the bowlers of the tournament, Adil Rashid and James Neesham all taking 2 wickets apiece as the Royals were bundled out for 124. So the Capitals will now face the winner of today's semi-final between the Super Kings and the Sunrisers. We look forward to that one. And then news on the Formula One front, and after weeks, months of controversy, it looks like they have made a decisive move. So motorsport boss Mohammed bin Sulayman has said that he will take a step back from direct involvement in Formula One. The 61-year-old move, it comes after a series of controversies since he became president of a governing body, the FIA, in December of 2021. And bin Sulayman, he wrote that it had been his, quote, stated objective to be a non-executive president via the recruitment of a team of professional managers. And the step, the Emirati said, has now been largely completed. Then we round off with history being made. It's been that kind of year, really, for the GOATs, and he certainly qualifies as that. In basketball, the world got a new world record holder. LeBron James has become the NBA's all-time leading scorer, passing the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long-standing record. So the Lakers star, he hit 38 points and a 133-130 defeat by the Oklahoma City Thunder to surpass Abdul-Jabbar's mark of 38,387 points set back in 1989. Abdul-Jabbar initially broke the scoring record in April of 1984. That was 8 months before James was even born. The 38-year-old, who needed 36 points to break the record, did so with a typical beautifully taken fadeaway jumper at the end of the third quarter, and he finished the match with a career total of 38,390 points. We certainly doff our caps to him, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Hopefully the roads aren't quite as competitive. Let's get the latest in our traffic report.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with your traffic in Kempton Park, Johannesburg. There's an obstruction on the R21 northbound before Benoni. The left lane's been affected. Please drive carefully. In Mfuleni in Cape Town, there's been an accident. It's on the N2 inbound after the Muway ramp. That right lane is closed. Expect delays this morning. Well, that's your traffic for now. Let's take another look at your weather. And we have some news for you. For the first time in history, Australia has blocked the creation of a coal mine under environmental laws. The government has rejected a proposal for a new mine about 10 kilometers from the Great Barrier Reef. Environment Minister Tanya Libersek said the project posed an unacceptable risk to the World Heritage Area, which is already highly vulnerable. The firm Central Queensland Coal had proposed to build an open-cut mine some 700 kilometers northwest of Brisbane, but would operate for about 20 years. Ms. Libersek said last year flagged that the federal government may block the mine after opening it to public consideration. Her department received more than 9,000 submissions in 10 days, the majority calling for the project to be halted. The Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system, has suffered 4 mass bleachings in the past 6 years due to rising sea temperatures, and its future is very poor, authorities say. Well, for your 7 a.m. update, we bring it back home where we look at those sunrise views. Kicking us off is Gail from Gordons Bay, who shared this view of the sun rising up behind the mountain from her home. Keshni in Chatsworth showcased a view from the top of her balcony overlooking the city with luscious greenery. And then Shanti out in East London sent this glorious photo of the ocean being absolutely still. And that, look at that, what a beautiful way to start your day. And last up, we have Poppy, who shared this picture. It really is beautiful, enjoying a stroll on the beach. And this photo was taken in South Beach. What a great way to start your day. Well, if you have a sunrise view to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. It's Expresso. That's 063 408 8863. Well, for your temperatures today, let's quickly look at them. If you're in Polokwane, your low is 18, your high 24. Mbombela, 1922 with rain. Thunder showers for Pretoria, 17 is your low, 28 your high. Johannesburg, 1525. Mahikeng, 1626, Klerksdorp, 1624, Kimberley, 15 with a high of 26, Bloemfontein, 1424. Cloudy conditions in Richards Bay, 22 is your low, 26 your high. Rainy conditions in Pietermaritzburg, 1824. Durban, 22 with a high of 27. Mthatha, 16, reaching a high of 20. East London, 1923. Cradock, 1422. If you're in Gqeberha, your low is 19, your high 24. Sunny and George, 17 is your low, 26 your high. Cape Town, 1826. Worcester, 1734. If you're in Sutherland, 12 is your low, 28 your high. And Uppington, expect a low of 18 and a sunny day with a high of 33 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for now. There will be a final update at about 8 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Zozo. We are inspired by love. We love love so much in this place. And yes, we have a resident couple that, well, the show's pretty much themed them today because they are so loved up. So I've got to ask the question that I put to the viewers, to our beautiful couple in studio this morning. What is the movie that describes your love life, Clem and Megs? What movie would that be and why? What is your love story?
I know.
Okay, what is it?
I think it's Shall We Dance?
I like that.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of the way we move in the kitchen. We move like when we sit at tables. The way
One of our first dates was at a Cuban restaurant as well.
There we go. It's shall we dance? 100%. Shall we dance?
I'm down with that. And you can dance. You can dance your way into Valentine's Day because we are celebrating all things loved up on the show this morning. We've got some dance moves that might do the trick coming your way. And of course, we're going to get into the incredible film, The Whale, that is making all the waves this year and get into a very healthy discussion about mental health. Stick around.
Only you can make my day.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
From Darren Aronofsky comes The Whale, the story of a reclusive English teacher with severe obesity who tries to restore his relationship with his teenage daughter. It releases in cinemas tomorrow, but let's take a sneak peek.
I know these rules can feel constraining, but remember, the point of this course is to learn how to write clearly and persuasively. Think about that. Think about the truth of your argument. You're an amazing person, Ellie. I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
You don't stay in touch with Mom?
She really only tells me things about you.
Why?
Because that's all I want to know about.
Why'd you gain all that weight?
Someone close to me passed away, and it had an effect on me.
You haven't seen her since she was 8 years old and you're gonna reconnect with her?
Sorry.
I don't like this. This isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry.
You say you're sorry one more time, I will shove a knife right into you, I swear to God.
Go ahead. What's it gonna do? My internal organs are 2 feet in at least.
Why do you suddenly need to see her so bad? Why now?
Liz. I'm worried that she's forgotten what an amazing person she is. I need to know that she's gonna have a decent life where she cares about people and that she's gonna be okay. I need to know that I have done one thing right with my life.
Yep, we should have warned you to bring the tissues for this one. Absolutely beautiful piece of cinema. And now it presents us with an opportunity to talk about the themes that are so dominant in this beautiful creation. Depression being core, financial anxiety being core, family crises being core, and how unhealthy habits perpetrate the degradation of our mental and our physical well-being. This might just be the conversation to change your direction right now. And we are joined by a phenomenal guest, clinical psychologist, Kavashni Govender, who will help us unpack some of these issues that pertain to the film. Wow.
Very evocative, incredibly evocative.
So powerful and so good to have a platform to be able to talk about mental health in this way. I'm going to play open cards. When I was separated from my kids last year for 4.5 months, I broke mentally. I had to piece it feels like I'm coming out of a dream, really, piecing my mind back together again. So I know how easily that can happen. It was just one switch got flicked. What actually happens? Because we use depression as an adjective now. It's a condition, and it's so many people are suffering under that yoke right now, but it manifests physically. What is going on when we are depressed?
Yeah. So commonly, depression is known as a mental illness. So we think of mental, we think it's all in the mind.
In the brain.
It's all in the mind. But depression actually shows up, and there's real changes in our body. And when we look at the symptoms of depression, we see that, firstly, when we see, the movie The Whale, appetite's affected. We have an increase in appetite.
Emotional
we have a
eating,
decrease in appetite, so that's weight loss, weight gain. We stop sleeping. Our sleep's disrupted. That affects our body. We have digestive problems. You hear people often saying, I have a little bit of an upset stomach. I feel nauseous. I don't know why. And we often see this. People talk about, I've got this headache, or I've got this neck pain or back pain, and people are constantly stretching. So it shows up in the body in a big way, not just in the mind. It's also, research shows that depression contributes to the rise in stress hormones. which then increases our risk for disease. It compromises our immune system, which then means that it's harder for us to fight off those illnesses that we have. So huge impact on the body.
Massive, holistically, yeah. Terrifying.
I think one of the reasons that trailer for the film is so evocative is I think that a lot of us feel seen in it. There's something that we can relate to that experience of wanting to make an impact or thinking things are too late.
Especially with your kids.
Yeah, especially when you've got kids. How do we know if we're watching something like this, if there are people at home, that we actually do in fact have depression or are depressed, or are we just moved by that trailer?
Yeah, that's such an important question. So often when we get referrals, people will email or call us. 99.9% of the time they write that there's something wrong. So if you feel that there's something wrong, if you're feeling like you're feeling more down than usual, you're more tearful, he says, who would want me to be in their lives? A sense of worthlessness. People are right. If you feel there's something wrong, people are right. There's something probably is.
I'd like to open up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I've felt this way for many, many years throughout high school as well, and I never thought that there was a problem. And only recently, Jess, my wife, she was like, go through to a therapist. And since seeing that therapist, my whole life is completely transformed. It took me like over 10 years to get there. And I think if you've got medical aid, it's usually covered. Just take the steps to do it. It's worth it.
Even if you don't have medical aid, there are free resources that you can lean on. The Depression and Anxiety Group, excuse me, absolutely phenomenal. So use those resources, but we're going to continue this conversation because it is only just getting started and you need to weigh in. So please hit us up on our social media platforms or drop us a voice note.
Well, we are now turning our attention to the movie The Whale, as well as the cast members. Now, last year, our very own movie guru, JP Sebastian, he was able to sit down with them to ask them the hows and the whys about their roles. And here he is with Sadie Sink, as well as Hong Chau.
Hey, so we've got Sadie Sink and we've got Hong Chau. I had to put down in my notes here, please don't just chant Hong Chau for 5 minutes straight. You guys were incredible, both of you. This movie made me cry, and your performances, it rocked me, and I'm sure it will rock many, many millions more people to the core. Sadie, you're doing something that I think is quite unique, especially for a character that you might think, coming of age, et cetera, that kind of thing. But similar to Charlie, you're not just sort of a noble, marginalized kind of character. You're not something someone can hand wave and say, oh, it's a teen acting out. How did you build this ferociously intense angst in Ellie?
I mean, I never really bought into the whole teenage angst thing. I never saw it as that. I saw her as someone in pain, and she was lost and scared. And she's also, she's also very twisted too, which was kind of a fun part to explore. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was just really justifying all of her anger and digging into where it's coming from, so that it didn't, she couldn't just be dismissed as an angsty teen, because she's not that. She's got a lot of issues, but there is a good person in there, I think. It's up for debate, but I think there is truly an amazing person, as Charlie likes to say.
Yeah, in my question, by the way, I scratched out the word teen angst because it's just something, like you said, more elemental and more pure that she deserves. Yeah. The word understandably angsty as well is in the question. Sorry if I didn't relate it. Hong, I've had a double dose of the menu as well. Good grief. What a talented person. That's ridiculous. How your laser focus is frightening. Just down to there's that specific scene even on the porch where you're interrogating Thomas. And in the way you unspool your neck to look at him, I was like, that's a whole paragraph in that movie. You hear a lot of descriptions of acting as instinctual. Was there some facet of it, of your approach as well, that was academic, or is there a mix between instinctive and academic? How did you breathe life into Liz?
Yeah, I think it's always the beginning part is just reading the script and reading it and analyzing it in that way. So I guess that part is analytical. But then You know, it's such a collaborative process. You get in there with the costume designer, you get in there with the makeup team, and they also contribute some really important and valuable qualities to your character as well. So, with Danny Glicker, our costume designer, and Judy Chin, our makeup artist. Like, for example, I had tattoos on. I would get tattoos put on every morning, even though you don't really see it in the movie, but it's there, and it was so helpful for me. You know, there's so many like little bits that all come together, and then of course who you're acting opposite of also informs your character and how you want to play it. So having all of the actors, Sadie and Brendan and Ty, to act opposite of was just really wonderful. And I'm glad we got that 3-week rehearsal period because it's based off of a play. There's a lot of dialogue, pages and pages of the monologues would go on for like 3 or 4 pages. So that's really unusual for a film.
And then there's so much that you as an actor, you have to like hold back as well. There are a lot of half-spoken things as well. Like where Ty doesn't want to say that, oh, are you adopted or something? How could you have a white family? Like that one sort of line, or where you don't want to, like admit the truth sometimes that this is do or die, even though I love your vicious protectiveness of Charlie throughout. So speaking of all those stories of like
everyone was just really locked in and connected with their characters. So it just made everything feel more natural. Yeah, there were days that were draining, but never too much because, like Hong was saying, there was just this real desire to be there in that room and working on this project. So we all it was special and we all knew it and wanted to be there.
So guys, again, congratulations, it was incredible. And I think that true to the thesis of the movie, you're going to prove to a lot of people that truly they are incapable of not caring. I came out of this film wanting to tell the next stranger, like Pizza Man Dan, are you okay? How are you? Thank you so much for that. Incredible.
Thank you. Take care.
Cheers.
JP Sebastian interviewing 2 of the cast members, Sadie Sink and Hong Chow. Stay tuned. We've got another one to show you where he interviews Brendan Fraser as well as screenwriter Samuel Hunter. So don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you have just joined us, we've been discussing the themes in the acclaimed film The Whale that's releasing this Friday in cinemas. We're joined by clinical psychologist Kavashni Govender, who will help us unpack these issues. She's been helping us unpack them: depression, obesity, anxiety, impulsive behaviors, as they pertain in the film, of course. And if you have any of your thoughts or experiences to share, feel free to drop us a voice note now on 0863 408 8863.
Please, especially if you are in the throes of this right now, we'd love to hear your perspective and possibly, hopefully, give you a couple of practical steps to help. Obviously, within the film, the link between depression and obesity is very clear. Since 1975, as I understand it, there has been a link between an increase in depression and a massive increase in obesity. What is that link?
Yeah. So there's been lots of research around, we call it a bidirectional relationship, and that means that depression can lead to obesity, and obesity can lead to depression. And there's a significant risk of one leading to the other, and that risk is something like 55 to 58%.
Wow.
So that's a significant risk. So the link is definitely there.
And then the awful thing is, because it's a snake eating its own tail, then it just keeps getting worse, and you can't break that cycle.
Yeah. So if you're feeling low, a huge source of comfort is food, to reach for the chocolate, to reach for the dessert, and then that leads to...
And the problem is then, if your parents are those kind of eaters, then you pick up those habits, and then you can find it generationally. You can be eating away your problems, these sorts of patterns. Often you only realize in retrospect, but that's heavy,
Yeah, so another question that I have is that, like, in the film, Charlie, the character, turns to religion for guidance, and I think a lot of people do that kind of thing as well, but then is pushed further into depression and binge eating when he is denigrated by that community for being homosexual. Is it true that members of the LGBT community often suffer worse depression by being discriminated against?
I think it's really important to start with people from the LGBTIQA plus community don't experience depression or any other mental illness in a different way than any of us. Just important to normalize that. However, they face far more significant stresses.
A lot more influence,
discrimination, prejudice, harassment, exclusion, and those stresses contribute to depression or even maintain a depression. So if we think about someone who's being harassed at work, because of that, that will maintain a depression. It doesn't give them the space to recover or move.
And in a family context as well. It's really hard to not be accepted or appreciated by a family because of something that you are. It's heartbreaking.
And there is literally no safe space. And I think that's something that I'm realizing more and more. To have that support structure or just someone that you can lean on is massively important. I think for me, the big shifting point came with movement. Getting up and taking that first step. Don't look at the end destination, but rather the next step that you have to take. And we're going to get into some practical steps that you can take in the next part of this discussion.
Thank you, Graham. Well, listen, one sure way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. And this is why our next recipe is guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, listen, I can't do this recipe alone, so Grant Hines, come join me in studio, because when it comes to dining in the dark, it has probably become the new norm in Mzansi with load shedding. But if you were planning a lovely meal to treat someone very special this Valentine's Day, then we are here to show you how, with our very load-friendly meal, we're going to show you how to make these classic chicken mayo and avo pitas made with love by Clover. You will need a little bit of electricity, but that's for the prep beforehand. But otherwise, this is something that you can make in advance and put together for load shedding.
All right. So
how often do you have to put meals together when the lights are out?
All the time. That's constant. Everyone's braaiing, everybody is making picnics, everybody is doing what they can. Can I help?
Yes, please. So I'm starting off here by cutting open our avo. I'm going to ask you to just scoop out maybe the bigger half for me in here. And we're going to make our tasty mayo. So I have got some mixed herbs, I've got some salt and pepper. We are adding that to our blender with a little bit of chili.
So you've got to time this because we're going to use a blender.
We are going to use the blender. So this is something you can prep well in advance. We're adding a little bit of lemon juice. If you can add some lemon zest for me, I will add
a whole garlic clove. That's only one.
Clove. Just one. I'm going to add a very generous portion of herbs as well as some salt and pepper. We're just going to put a generous pinch in there. And then, of course, we are going to be using a cup of our Clover Classic Tangy Mayo. And we are going for number 2 in terms of its flavor profile. So you can add a cup for me to our mixture. And the Clover Classic Mayonnaise range, it comes in 3 different levels of tanginess. You get mild, you get medium, the one we are using today, as well as strong. Today we are using the Clover Classic Mayo number 2 in tanginess, and this will really pair well with the avo as well as the chicken that we will be using for our
make it
pizzas.
a little bit creamier.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay, let me just...
You can add that here. Thank you.
Where do we put the spoon? There we go.
You can pop it on here on the wooden board.
Look, this is easy enough to make that you can get like kids involved.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Get the little ones involved, and then obviously just plan accordingly so you can blitz everything up. Just if you're going to go the lazy way, the quick, easy way.
I think, yeah, look, if you don't have if you don't have electricity and you need to blitz something like this up, you can use a fork to do that as well. There's nothing like that's too hard, but I would use crushed garlic in that situation, not a whole garlic clove.
This recipe can definitely be used even if you don't have electricity. Of course, we're trying to use the blender just to make it a little bit easier.
And also throwing the avo in with the mayo is such a nice, sneaky way to slide in some veg for your kids.
Yeah.
And something to think, oh, we're just going to have some chicken mayo, but it's, by the way, there's a little bit of veg
just
and
like
other
in
stuff
there,
in there
and
as
it's
well.
just going to add that creaminess and give us a little bit of color to our mayo. As you can see, it's
Oh, wow, it
beautifully
looks, yeah, it
blended,
looks
it's
amazing.
Smooth. We can actually use our mayo spoon, and I'm going to ask you to decant this into our lettuce bowl.
Oh, wow, okay.
Now we're going to mix everything together. We've got lettuce, we've got fresh parsley, we have got red onions, as well as some shredded chicken. A great way to shred your chicken, something I've been learning to do, is once you've cooked, especially if you're going to steam, or not steam, but like I cook mine in the Instant Pot, you steam or cook your chicken, and then you just use a blender, an electric blender, and you go through the chicken, and it shreds it for you, quick and easy. If you want
Just
to
use
go
a
the
fork.
laser route, that too.
Because
We're going
that
to
you can use
add
in
red
load
onion.
shedding. There we
We're
go.
going to add some parsley, and then we're
Can I
going
throw
to
some of the
add-
sprouts just for decoration?
We're going to use that at the end, and then let's add our chicken in, because it is a chicken mayo sandwich that we are making.
Oh, wow, look how good this looks.
It looks really good, and of course you can go vegetarian with this. Add perhaps instead of your chicken, maybe play around with some tofu, some mushrooms.
You also get like vegetarian chicken strips as well now. Very, very prolific in the supermarket.
Yes.
I make vegetarian chicken mayo all the time.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, and then you just simply open up your pitas.
Okay, let's...
And we
this is the hard part. Show me your
fold them
secrets.
in.
This is always hard.
They are always semi-pre-cut. You just have to always just get your knife in there.
And then I always... Yeah, please, I'm not going to do this because I know I risk... There always is a hole at the other end.
Oh,
that
I did it pretty well, I like to think. We can simply fill that up.
Okay, how much?
We're filling it up until the very top, and we can finish it off with some micro herbs.
Yo, this is really impressive.
A quick, easy recipe. Thank you, Grant. And there you go.
And the micro herbs are
You can
such
finish
a
it off
nice
with our
finish.
micro
Look what I
herbs.
did. I made this all by myself.
You had a little help.
Sorry, I didn't have a little.
Oh. Well, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're back and we're discussing the themes. And if you've just joined us, please take a serious sip of coffee. This is very important. There's a brand new film. It's critically acclaimed. It's called The Whale, and it's releasing this Friday in cinemas. And they deal with some really deep topics. And we're joined in studio by clinical psychologist Kavashni Govender, who's going to help us unpack some of these issues that are represented in the film and how they affect us, like depression, obesity, anxiety, and impulsive behaviors, and obviously how they pertain to the film, but also how they work out their way out in our lives.
It's almost like it's become the human condition. And I know we have the advantage of interviewing a lot of experts in the space and a lot of people that are caught up in this phase of life, but it does feel like this is almost the human condition now. Everyone is affected, if not directly, indirectly. That being said, there is a first step.
Yeah.
What is the first step? And I think it's good that we focus on obesity and depression and that link, because it's a slightly different journey to someone who's depressed for another reason.
Yeah.
So as someone who is suffering from obesity and as a result is caught in depression, what do we do?
Yeah, so that's such an important question. And I often see people who find themselves in this really difficult place. And my approach is, the first step is to start wherever you are. Okay. And what I mean by that is often there's the pressure. There's a pressure, externally, that starting means having a 2-hour yoga session or going on a 10K.
Run up the mountain.
Run up the mountain. Oh. And if you're depressed, getting out of bed in the morning is a win. So starting from where you're at is about, if you manage the 10-minute walk around your block, there's a huge sense of accomplishment and mastery. It's a success. And tomorrow, maybe I'll try 15 minutes because I did it today. Maybe I can try. And so you build up from there. I think it's a trap to go into setting very unrealistic, unmanageable goals.
It reinforces. I mean, I've been on this crazy pain journey, and that for me is, it's so funny that you say that, but that's honestly the most challenging thing that I've ever had to do in my life is get out of bed on that worst day.
Yeah.
That trying to pull yourself out, and then to have to tie a shoelace and experience that pain. You're like, come on, and just those small things. So just don't judge too harshly. And I say this to yourself, don't judge yourself in that process. I love that. Yeah.
In the film, Charlie is motivated by a family member. Not to talk too much, like,
don't want to spoil it too much.
But how can we, as obviously there are people watching this that are depressed and are struggling with issues, but if we can identify those issues in friends and family, how can we be positive influences on their lives?
Yeah. So one of the biggest difficulties that I see in the work that I do is the worry around shame and stigma. So a lot of people who are struggling with depression or any other mental illness try to conceal it. They try and hide it.
Masking, right?
They mask it because there's a sense of shame and stigma attached to it. So if you're a family member or friend, show support and encouragement and try and be non-judgmental. Also, do your homework. Understand what this mental illness is about. Understand how depression may show up. And I think that can be hugely significant.
And certainly don't ask them why they are in that state of mind, because I can speak from experience, you have no idea. You have no idea. You just need support structures around you. And if you don't have that directly, I'm going to reiterate, the depression and anxiety group is amazing. But right now, this film has inspired an emotional roller coaster in us. And the man at the heart of that, Brendan Fraser, the main actor in The Whale, and it seems like has changed a lot of people's lives with this performance. He had these wonderful words to share when accepting his Critics' Choice Award. Take a listen.
If you, like a guy like Charlie, who I played in this movie, in any way struggle with obesity, or you just feel like you're in a dark sea, I want you to know that if you too can have the strength to just get to your feet and go to the light, good things will happen. Thank you. Good night.
And that is living proof that good things can and will happen. Just take that first step today.
Thank you, Graham and Grant. Well, research indicates that people with positive attitudes fight disease better and live healthier. Now, we are about to take inspiration from this morning's And we are showing you another movie junket that our very own JP Sebastian got to sit down with. So he got to sit down with Brendan Fraser and the Whale's screenwriter Samuel Hunter to share about its challenging career-defining role and, of course, that sensitivities and significance.
To Brendan Fraser. And Sam, I just want to say congratulations at the outset, first of all. I wept at least 3 times, maybe 4 times, and there were like specific moments even. But Sam, I don't know how you even get me to cry looking at a blackbird on a windowsill. It's mind-blowing kind of stuff. No,
Thank
really,
you so much.
but something I want to raise just real quick, like I don't know if you realize this, Brendan, but you proved the thesis of The Whale before the movie even came out, that people are incapable of not caring. Myself is one of millions who cried watching the standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival. So yeah, you're proof of blood, proof in the pudding. But now, anyway, long intro. I want to get into the hairy stuff now. Brendan, firstly, I'm sure that this was an intimidating thing to put your hands on, to a character to get into, especially since it's such an under-examined kind of character, and then the subject of obesity and whatever. What were the most intimidating factors about it, and how did you surmount them?
Darren Aronofsky is going to make a film. That was the word that went out. And any actor that I can think of worth his weight in salt would want to work with a world-class director like him. He has a proven track record of getting very interesting performances from actors, and from Pi, Requiem, the Black Swan, The Wrestler, all of it. And I'm drawn to characters who are complicated and diverse, and who have if it wouldn't it be nice you could do this all the time, but have character traits that are complex and interesting. And Sam Hunter's screenplay provided everything in that and more in Charlie. And Darren's films have always challenged the human condition and have never offered up any easy answers. So that's a lot to work with, is the short answer. So that's why I wanted to be a part of it. Charlie is a man who lives with obesity. He is his world is in a 2-bedroom apartment somewhere in Idaho, USA. And his is a story that's told behind closed doors and windows all over the country, if not parts of the world too. But granted, it is not a uniquely American story, but it is common to where we are. And important because we never get a fair assessment or look at the life that individual lives, and those who he loves and those around him too, in as empathetic and authentic a way until now with the story that Sam Hunter wrote.
What's really incredible, I think, as well, is that you're taking on an Aronofsky as well that's like a lot more tender, I think, than what we're used to. So it's a mountain to climb, I think, to set that new sort of bar. Sam, I'm going to quickly get on to you, though. So in the past decade, since your play first landed, I think that terms like mental illness roll off our tongue very easily and more broadly, and that's probably a very good thing. How did you change your story, perhaps, to make it onto the big screen?
Yeah, I mean, the play and the screenplay have the same narrative spine. They're telling the same story. But I worked with Darren a lot over the years, and people in Darren's company, and about how to find a cinematic language for the script. And I think there's a lot in the play a lot of dialogue that got translated to action. And thank God we got an actor as good as Brendan who could tell Brendan can tell a novel with his eyes. I mean, it's pretty uncanny. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm 10 years older. I'm 41 now, and I think one of the biggest changes in the last 10 years is I'm a dad. And I wasn't a dad when I wrote this play. I think I knew I always wanted to be a dad. But so for the last 5 years, becoming a father, that's shed a lot of new light onto corners of this story that is fundamentally about a father trying to reconnect with a daughter, and I think really affected the execution of the story in subtle but really meaningful ways.
I know that you felt that you were pretty rocked by Ellie in the making of this, the addition of her, maybe especially as being a father. Last thing that I can just desperately ask you guys to tell me. So if Charlie insists continuously that one must evaluate their truth, one must speak fearlessly and honestly, why the Wales message like this in 2022?
JP, we live in a cynical world. It's easy to get away with just being snarky. It doesn't take much intelligence. And to watch this film and appreciate it challenges how we respond to those who live with a condition as such. The nicest thing that the Obesity Action Coalition could have told me, and they partnered with us to advise us, was that they believe this is a film that could save someone's life. It's entirely possible. And that's good enough for me. Amazing person she is.
That's right. And just as a non-expert, even leaving the theater, I felt impelled to action. I wanted to ask the next stranger in that the spirit of Peter Mandan, are you okay? That's what this movie did to me. So, guys, I'm afraid that's where I've got to wrap. Thank you so much for the time we shared together, and thank you so much for this movie. I do think that you're going to achieve your mission of changing some lives.
Thank you, JP.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Well, it is a busy day, and of course, that was so incredible to watch JP Sebastian interview the screenwriter and cast members from The Whale. The movie is releasing in cinemas nationwide tomorrow, so please do go and check it out.
I am such a champ right now. Such a champ right now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. 2 hours of our loved-up edition of Expresso under the belt. One more to savor, and we're going to do it in style. Leda Botha is here. She dominates on the pole, and it is probably the most extreme fitness equipment you can find. She's going to show us the ultimate way to get into the Valentine's Day spirit and get the 9-pack, 12-pack, I think. But right now, it's time for us to get into those news headlines one last time.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's quickly look at your national headlines. The aid organization Gift of the Givers and its team of 30 doctors and emergency workers arrived in Istanbul earlier today, together with some 50 tons of specialized equipment. Gift of the Givers is assisted, among other things, by 5 staff members of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology's Department of Emergency Medical Science. They will use specialized meters to determine if there is gas in specific areas when searching for trapped survivors. Blankets and heaters will also be distributed among victims in the disaster zones. And staying with our local news, the Department of International Relations and Cooperations for DIRCO says it can account for all South African citizens who were in Syria and Turkey at the time of Monday's earthquake. The death toll has meanwhile risen to more than 11,000. Some 19,000 people have been injured. DIRCO's head of diplomacy, Clayson Monyela, says the South Africans do not currently need support, and if there were any who do, the first step would be to contact the SA embassy in the Turkish capital, Ankara. DIRCO's offices in Pretoria will also provide support. Moving to news abroad, the UN has called for an investigation into violence in the self-declared Republic of Somaliland, where at least 50 people have been killed during 2 days of fighting between government troops and local militias. Medics in the city of Las Anod said they are battling to cope with the number of casualties. The president of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, has called for all sides to hold talks to get an end to the conflict. Somaliland broke away from Somalia in 1991, but has not been internationally recognized. And the death toll from Monday's earthquake in southern Turkey and northern Syria has risen to more than 11,000. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan yesterday visited the disaster zone as criticism grows over the official response. Families in some badly hit areas have said the slow speed of rescue efforts means they have no help digging to find relatives. But Erdogan said it wasn't possible to prepare for disasters of this magnitude. The World Health Organization estimates that the death toll could reach 20,000. Meanwhile, rescue efforts are continuing in freezing temperatures. Bringing it back home, an NGO in the Western Cape's Garden Route has developed a new product that could help combat hunger and put nutritious food on the table for the most vulnerable people in the community. Born during lockdown, the Garden Route Food Pantry has been feeding thousands of people. They source their food from farmers and wholesalers and then distribute it to soup kitchens. They've developed the food sock, which feeds a family of 4 for 30 Rand a day. Designed by top chefs, this product is focused on nutrition. At the moment, they offer 6 different meal flavors ranging from biryani to tomato and mutton curry stews. The benefit of these food socks is twofold: to generate an income and to use that income to again pack more free meals. Bearing this in mind, the Garden Route Food Pantry is encouraging those who can or sponsor meals for those who cannot afford them. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a final look at your traffic.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Let's start our traffic report in Edenvale up in Johannesburg. There is a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound. That's after the Edenvale Road. 2 lanes closed, as you can see, so please expect delays at this time of the day. Then in Heritage Park, down in the Mother City in Cape Town, there's been an accident on the N2 inbound at Reunion Drive. That's the right lane is closed, so you can expect delays there as well. And then some news coming out of Dolphin Coast and KZN. There is an ongoing heavy rainfall and flooding along the N2 between Prospection Interchange and the Belito Interchange. Very dangerous. Please drive extra vigilantly this morning. Just stay safe out there. That's a wrap of our traffic. Let's get into the weather. Let's start with a little weather news. This courtesy of the SA Weather Service. It's issued several warnings for disruptive rainfall, which could lead to localized flooding across the country, especially in the north. So an orange level 5 warning has now been issued for disruptive rainfall expected in KwaZulu-Natal, the eastern parts of the Eastern Cape, and the eastern and northern parts of Limpopo, as well as the Lowveld and escarpment areas in Mpumalanga. Then a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rainfall leading to localized flooding of bridges, roads and settlements has now been issued for the eastern parts of both the Free State and the Northwest. And meanwhile, flooding has occurred in Komani, formerly Queenstown, in the Eastern Cape. That was after heavy rainfall yesterday, and the Komani River has now burst its banks and some bridges are underwater as we speak. The Life Private Hospital was in fact engulfed and patients had to be evacuated and moved to Life East London's private hospital in their efforts, and disaster management teams from the Chris Hani District Municipality have now been deployed to assist. So please, if you can offer assistance in those areas, please do that and just stay stay safe out there. Now, for our final sunrise update this morning, we've got some beautiful contributions. Arena Vasan in East London saw this lovely view whilst getting ready for work and just had to share it. Thank you so much for doing that. Then Joy from Newlands in Durban showcased a blast of light blazing through the clouds. Stunning stuff there. That is exquisite. Wow. Wendy from Midstream also showing off some tangerine hues glimmering up the sky this blessed Thursday morning. Thank you so much for sharing that. And last up, we had Frank Botha out in Pretoria sharing his beautiful view whilst out about enjoying some fresh air overlooking the lake. Gorgeous, man. You live in paradise. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for those sunrise views. We'd love to see more. 063 408 8863. WhatsApp us pictures, videos. We'd love to see your neck of the woods. And speaking of which, let's find out what the temperature is going to be in your part of the world. And we start in Polokwane, where your low is 18, going up to 24 degrees. Pretty much rain everywhere today. In Mbombela, you've 93% chance of rain and a low of 19, moving up to 22. Pretoria, rain expected, 17 your low, 28 your high. Johannesburg, expect the thunder showers, 15 is your minimum, going to a max of 25. Mahikeng, chance of rain, 16 your low, going up to 26. Klerksdorp, expect the rain. 24 is your high, starting out on 16 as a minimum today. In Kimberley, 15 and 26 degrees, your range for the day. Bloemfontein, rain expected, where your low is 14, going up to 24. Richards Bay, ranging between 22 and 26 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, 18 is your low, going up to a high of 24 with rain expected. Durban, cloudy, so expect some humidity with a low of 22 and a high of 27. Umtata, 16 is your low, going up to 20. East London, slight chance of rain there as well. 19 is your low, going up to 23. Craddock, 14 is your minimum, going to a max of 22 with a 58% chance of rain. Oberga, 19 is your low, going up to 24, 40% chance of rain there as well. And that chance of rain dissipates as we move inland. George, 17 is your low, going up to 26. Cape Town, 18 your low, going up to a high of 26 degrees as well. Worcester, 17 and 34 degrees your range for the day. Sutherland, 12 your low, 28 your high. And Uppington, I suppose moderate by your normal standards. 18 is your low, going up to a high of 33 degrees. But just once again, please be vigilant out in the rain-affected areas. So much happening across the country, so just be careful out there. But regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
Oh, well, listen, we are in for a treat. We have Leda Botha with us in studio to give us a bit of a performance. But before we do that, I need to give you a little bit of a background because it's always so great for our new viewers to be introduced to Leda. She joined her pole journey in 2015 and has since won multiple artistic pole, exotic pole, and Lyra championship titles and is the current World Duo Artistic Lyra champ with her aerial partner and fellow instructor, Jenny. Now, as we gear up for the release of the latest movie, Magic Mike, we thought we would celebrate with a bit of dance, and Leda is here to show us exactly why she has won those titles. For someone that wants to try pole and they are so nervous to get into it, how can you encourage them to just give it a try?
I have to say, when I started, I was exactly that. I was super, super nervous. I was not confident at all, and nobody believes that because now I don't care what I look like. But honestly, in the beginning, I was super scared and I was super nervous. But this community is super encouraging and super open to all sorts, males, females, others, whatever you want to be, come and try pole. I promise you, it is so much fun. It's heavy physical. It's a lot of core activation and arm strength. So you do build up a lot of strength, coordination, flexibility. It opens the doors to all of those things. But anybody can try it. It is open to everyone.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we are very excited about the movie Magic Mike being released tomorrow. So we're taking major inspiration with your performance today. What are you going to do for us today?
Just a basic routine that's my signature tricks, just to show the extreme side of pole. I'm not going to get too raunchy. We're just going to keep it nice and chilled. Yeah, it's too early.
Well, I'll take the microphone from you. Leda, the pole is yours. your feel-good breakfast show. Of course, that takes a lot of strength. And she's about to put me through my paces shortly. So we've got a fitness session with her, so stay tuned.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams.
This is the moment that I've been waiting for my whole life. I feel like I'm ready to take on the world right now.
All right, bro. Let's put it to the test.
I just woke up now and I'm in the mood. Then I told my mom I got something to prove. They need SPF when your son is in the room.
Follow Happy and Kuna's journey. Wednesday the 15th of February at 7:30 p.m. on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As your natural journey unfolds, let our products naturally assist you. Salome, your journey matters.
Available at pharmacies nationwide.
So caring and sharing go hand in hand, and Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town are giving you the chance to win a beautiful spa day for yourself and a very special bestie or your partner. You must love them a lot to bring them along for this one. It's all valued at 2,500 Rand per couple. Now, all you had to do to enter was reply to our Expresso social media pages and tell us if you could treat a girlfriend to join you for a spa day. Who would you invite and why? Using that all-important hashtag Salome Summer. And of course, we have our winner on the line. Can we get a drum roll, please? Congratulations, Chantal Webster! Yay! Well done, Chantal. She commented on the post saying this, and I quote, "I would invite my daughter and best friend Racine. Being a first-time mum to a toddler, she is without a doubt needs a break and some pampering. As we all know, motherhood is extremely rewarding, but it is a lot of hard work as well. Hashtag Salome Summer. Couldn't have said it better ourselves. Chantal, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, and you?
Oh, very good. All the better for connecting with you. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. How does it feel to be a winner with Salome and Life Day Spa?
I know, I'm very excited. Oh, I always love a spa day. That's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah, I can hear in your voice that your mind is already there. You're just waiting for the body to catch up. I love it. So you have told us that you want your amazing daughter to join you, and she sounds like a thoroughly deserving person to get this treat. But why do you think she is so special? Why do you want her to tag along?
Well, she is a very young mum. And like I said, you know, raising a toddler is so much of hard work. So she needs a break and to be pampered as well.
Oh, she deserves it.
Yeah, no, I can relate. I mean, I wish you just got it. Us, I mean.
Next time, buddy, next time.
Anyway, you can stand the chance to win a spa day for yourself and your bestie or your partner to the value of 2,500 Rand, just, you know, per couple.
Just putting it out there.
You know, if Graham and I don't win it, because we're going to take each other. Courtesy of Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town, using hashtag Salome Summer. Simply reply with the Expresso Facebook and Twitter pages and tell us how you recreate a spa feeling at home when you need some self-care. And remember, T's and C's apply.
Oh, so another congratulations to Chantal. Have an amazing time at Life Day Spa Cape Town with your gorgeous daughter. Please send our best and post some pictures of the cutie pie so we can see the latest addition to your family. But congratulations and good luck to everyone else who's entering.
Heal and rejuvenate with the Salome Natural Herbal approach to managing the symptoms of PMS, as you stand a chance to win a spa day for yourself and your bestie or partner to the value of 2,500 Rand per couple. Courtesy of Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town. A spa day must be won each day from 30 January to 10 February, so simply reply to the daily competition question on Expresso's Facebook and Twitter pages using hashtag Salome Summer. You know you deserve some spoiling. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Now, before the break, we were inspired by Leda's pole dance performance. And pole dancing is one of those activities that really targets your entire body and requires you to lift and hold your own body weight. So it's ideal for building strength in your back muscles, your biceps, your triceps, as well as your forearms. And you need a strong core. But let's find out more about these movements and the different muscle groups that it targets by Leda Botha. Now, pole dancing, you made it look so easy. I think I'm going to be a reality check for really how difficult this is.
Yeah, I think that's what most people realize when they finally come to a class, when they get over the fear. They come and they think it's going to be easy because they watch us and they see us doing. So it seems like it's pretty easy to pick yourself up. But it is, you know, you're picking up your entire body weight. So it is extremely heavy, but it is brilliant functional training for your body because you're working all your micro muscles that you just don't get to in the gym, unfortunately.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, if you're wondering why we're doing pole dancing this morning, well, we are getting ready and gearing up for the release of the Magic Mike movie coming out tomorrow. Leda is here, and I got instructed not to put lotion on my ashy legs because you need dryness to get grip. And something that can also help with grip is the liquid chalk.
Correct. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not fun because we all go ashy, and that's not a good look for anybody. But I promise you, if you put cream, you just slide and you just don't stick, and it just frustrates you because you just don't get to do the tricks that you want to be able to do. So this is your friend, so we'll put some on your hands. We call the girls and the guys that are super sweaty Betties, because it is a real problem that people have. Just rub that in. Yee. There you go.
Okay.
It's liquid when it starts, but it turns into chalk. So same kind of thing that rock climbers use or gymnasts use when they're getting onto their bars. So most important though, Zoe, just before we pull all your muscles, is that we're going to do a little warm up. So we're just taking our arms straight up and down. Yes, let's go for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go round and round all the way. 1, yes, 2, 3, 4, other way. 1, 2,
3, 4. Beautiful. Let's flick those fingers. Get some blood rushing to them. Yes, yes, yes. Especially in the morning.
Yeah, early morning.
Fun. All right, so the first exercise that we're going to do is called a tuck. You're going to take your inside arm, inside leg, the one closest to the pole, outside hand, outside leg. So when we're doing our first tuck, this is activation of lats and your core. So you're taking your inside hand, wrapping it so that your armpit is right up against it. Your hand is going to go to about eye level. Outside hand goes above that. We're squeezing those arms in towards each other. Activating into those lats, taking the hips forward in front of the pole, lifting those knees up to your chest. Yes, this is 10 times better than any crunch you'll do at the gym, just gonna say.
Because you're using your full body weight.
Exactly,
Okay.
you're bringing that lower core up. That's a lot of activation, the right there. So we're
Okay,
good.
so we go
Into that armpit.
Into the armpit.
There we go. Yes, now get that hip in front of the pole. Good, beautiful. Now we're activating into those elbows. Move them forward. Wake up those lats. Let's go, bring one knee up. Yes, girl, there you go, you got it. Yes! Nice!
You're making it look so easy.
If I didn't, it would be a problem, right?
It would be a
I've been
problem.
doing this for a
Less
few
people would
years
do
now.
this.
Okay, other side, let's both sides. Unfortunately, because we've got to be equal.
We need to figure out which side's the strongest side.
We don't say bad or anything like that. We just call it a little stupid on the left side.
A little stupid.
Just a little stupid. There you go.
There we go.
See, not so bad.
I love how the camera wants to go down on me now when it's when I'm not doing the movement.
That was beautiful. That was really good. That is your conditioning exercises. So that's like the gist of what we do. We'll do 5 of those on each side. And then we do windmills, which is where the brain comes in a little bit. We've got a step in front of the pole, inside leg swooping past the outside leg and drawing a circle all the way around.
Okay.
So that is where your activation of the lower core, hip flexors, adductors, everything
Everything
is
gets
working.
involved. So
all
it's the
at center.
inside leg.
Correct.
Okay, so this will be hopefully my
Yes.
final one.
In front of the pole, take this hand above. There we go. This is the brain work. Right leg is going to swing past. Yes! Beautiful.
There we
And
go.
again, one more time.
You
And
actually
swing.
pull all your muscles.
Oh, everything. Hello. Welcome. There we go.
There we
Beautiful.
go.
Try the other
We
side.
make it look very easy. Do we have to do that?
Yes, we do. We got to stay equal. This one.
This one goes on
There
top.
we go.
There
Hip
we
in
go.
front.
We
Now
have to
left
stay-
leg might
left
feel a bit
leg,
stupid.
left leg is this side.
Yes, going past the right leg.
Okay, wait, left is that side, so it needs to go that way.
It goes from the bottom up and over. Yes. There we go. Yes.
There we go.
Nice.
That's where the brain work comes
See,
in.
not
I was
so
like,
bad.
how did that work now?
Left side is always a bit slower. It just is that way, unfortunately. Okay. Next one we're going to try is a climb.
You can show us this one because I feel like you are the pro here. You make it look easy. Quickly show us the climb.
So this is where I always say, people, you're gonna bruise. You've just got to
accept
let
that.
go of that. You're gonna bruise in the beginning. You do become used to it. Your body just stops eventually. Every time you do a new trick, though,
you bruise again.
That bruise is going to be there. So this one, you're placing your shin against the pole and you're squeezing your foot into it and knee into it. I always say just behind that little bone, so the squishy part.
You get a bit of a grip.
Exactly, like a vice grip. We're squeezing that leg in. From there, we're taking our hands nice and high and we're activating into that back leg, glute active. Then we do what you would do at the gym, a repeater. But just on the pole.
On the pole.
Yes,
We'll
that's
let up with
working those muscles over there.
From Siren Pole is showing us exactly how to get into the pole dancing. Of course, do check her out at Siren Pole on Instagram. Get involved, get ready, as we are, of course, also getting ready for a burlesque show that's coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast show. There's so much going on, so don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Yep, you don't want to move a muscle. We have been inspired by Love today, and we have been inspired by Magic Mike, the latest addition to the film franchise releases, and we have been inspired, yes, with a little bit of pole dancing, and we're going to take another direction now and introduce you to a stellar burlesque troupe that is going to raise the roof just a little bit, or the temperature a lot. We'll see you now.
just a baby in this business of love. I'm a mover, a shaker, like Mac and I could take your last time.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. This morning has been a lot of fun. We're all about celebrating the latest movies releasing this week. And the Magic Mike films may be best known, obviously, for serving the bodily thrills of hunky male dancers in a blockbuster movie. But in reality, they pack so much more under the belt. This has become a phenom.
Yep, it is. And in the finale to the trilogy, Magic Mike's Last Dance, it is the last dance.
It is.
Mike Lane takes to the stage again after a lengthy hiatus following a business deal that went bust, leaving him broke and taking bartender gigs in Florida. Mike heads to London with a wealthy socialite who lures him with an offer that he cannot refuse and an agenda all of her own. Will he and the roster of hot new dancers he'll have to whip into shape be able to pull it off? Well, let's find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why are you in London?
I'm gonna put on a show at this famous theater.
People are numb, disconnected. We're gonna wake them up with a wave of passion they've never felt before.
Hell yeah.
Without further ado, I give you the visionary artist, Magic Mike.
So,
The real question is, why do you love her?
no one's believed in me like your mom has. So what's this show about?
It's the same old, will she marry for love or money?
So what does she pick? Love or money?
The real question is, why does she feel like she has to choose?
It sounds to me she just needs to let go.
And some good.
Maybe that as well.
You're not shutting me down, not this time.
You're so good at this. I'm not gonna just let us give up on it.
I want every woman that walks into this theater to feel that a woman can have whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
Wait, I know you. You were a cop, right?
Did you arrest her? What's your name?
Kim?
Let you off with a warning, right?
Yeah, I love it. Oh, man, you can understand why it has developed a cult following. And although Magic Mike 3 boasts an adult rating, okay, the director, who is superb, Steven Soderbergh, has confirmed that it doesn't feature any nudity, okay? Not even a thong. What's sexy, he says, is intimacy and genuine emotion. That's cool.
Yep, that's true. Something that feels alive and it feels electric. That's what's important. And it also has the potential for vulnerability. It sounds like the perfect Valentine's Day or singles night out, movie out, if you guys are into that. And it aims to tease.
Yeah, man, and we love it. We have that, so be sure to check out Magic Mike's Last Dance in cinemas nationwide tomorrow. Enjoy.
Well, listen, we are bringing you all of the frills, all of the glitz, all of the glam as we gear up for the release of Magic Mike. And my next guest, I am super excited to introduce because Betty Behave is no stranger to the burlesque scene. Now, since 2011, she has been shimmying and shaking her assets all across the stages in South Africa as well as internationally. Now, she is known for her theoretical, dramatical performances and strong stage presence, as well as her infectious smile and, of course, her character-driven performances. Now, as we gear up for the release of Magic Mike, Betty joins us to explain a little bit things for us and also to bring us a bit of a performance. Betty Behave, it's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here.
Let's first start off with the name Betty Behave. Where did that come from?
Well, it was a nickname really from friends of mine. It was actually Misbehave.
Misbehave.
Misbehave, but Misbehave is kind of generic, so I thought I'd change it up and add a little Betty to it, and that's how it started.
And I know you're bringing your counterpart Bon Bon along as well. Where did her name originate from?
I guess you'll have to ask her. I'm not too sure. But she's sweet like a bonbon.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, let's unpack burlesque dancing. For those who don't know what it is, I know that movie with Christina Aguilera and Cher came out and we all fell in love with it. But what exactly is burlesque?
Well, in a nutshell, burlesque has nothing to do with the movie. Burlesque became quite popular when the movie came out. But in fact, burlesque is the art of the striptease.
Oh, okay. So it's all about the art of it. So is there a difference between exotic dancing and burlesque?
Most would say yes. Even though burlesque does come from the original striptease, the difference mainly is that burlesque is more about entertainment. The end goal is also not necessarily of a sexual nature. It's more of a sensual, entertaining, tongue-in-cheek, naughty, theatrical, flirtatious performance.
Oh, incredible. What's your favorite types of performances?
Types of performances? Well, performers in burlesque or
just like your favorite ones that you've done. Has it been about the outfits? Has it been about the music, or maybe a combination?
Definitely a combination. I mean, for me, the outfit is definitely one of the biggest draw cards, but the music for sure. The music is, I think, what inspires a lot of performers. Some of it can be sultry and slow and seductive. Some of it can be upbeat. So probably the music is one of the most important elements.
Oh, well, we can't just talk about it. I feel like we need to bring a Bon Bon in because she is an award-winning performer with 10 decades of experience. Here is the sweetheart of burlesque, Scarlet Hearts. And this powerhouse of a performance is about to bring in high-energy, powerful choreography and versatility to the stage. Bon Bon, firstly, does Bon Bon have a microphone on? I really wanted to know. Okay, are you able to tell me what she's about to perform for us?
She's about to perform a improv piece, I believe.
Okay, well, listen, this is all about Bon Bon. The stage is yours.
Just a baby in this business of love. I'm a mover, a shaker, like Mac and I could take your last dollar with the throw of the dice. I got a gift for women from heaven above. But I'm just a baby in this business of love. I'm a smooth operator in all affairs. Sophisticated and debonair. I've got all kinds fancy stuff, but I'm just a baby in this business of love. I'm just a baby. Nobody ever trained me. Somebody save me. I'm just a baby in this business of love. Ba-da-ba-da-do, ba-do, 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 ba. Pursuit of satisfaction, I started young. I never look back at the things I've done. That's when my life for pleasure and to and all, but nothing can save you from your own heart. I'm just a baby, nobody ever think me. Somebody save me. I'm just a baby in this business of love. Da 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 do ba ba da ba 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 da da ba do ba 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 dee da ba da ba day ba day ba 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 da ba ba ba. I was right smack dab at the top of my game. I'll take them all was my middle name. There's just one little thing I never knew. I got a whole lot of nothing if I ain't got you. I'm just a baby, nobody ever trained me. You've got to save me. I'm just a baby in this business of love. This business of love. This business of love. I'm just a baby in this business of love. Ba-do, ba-da, 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 ba-do, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Bow, wow, ba-do, ba. Ba-do, ba-do, ba, ba-do, 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 ba. Ba-do, ba-do, ba, ba, ba-do, ba. Ba-do, ba-da, ba-do, ba. Ba-do, 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 ba.
Exquisite.
Hey, what's that?
This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically, it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Having a lot of fun this morning, and now we're going to take a bit of a techie turn just to balance out the content today. And this is a piece of tech that I think is quite close to your heart. This is something you really love.
I have one of these at home, and over the past few years, we've gained perspective on the things that really matter, our health and the health of our loved ones, which is why we're excited to share Samsung's innovative wind-free technology that gives you coolness without the breeze in your home. It really is remarkable.
And cool. Really cool.
Wind-free cooling. A luxury many thought was unattainable and impossible. But here at Samsung's head offices, they don't know the meaning of either of those words. They're all about the mission of pushing the envelope and, of course, challenging all the beliefs that we have. Join us today as we sit down with the Digital Air Solutions key account manager at Samsung South Africa, Charmaine Peters, as she takes us through the ins and outs of their revolutionary Samsung wind-free air conditioner. I'm getting excited. I might actually be getting myself an air conditioner. Charmaine, could you tell me, how does the Samsung Wind-Free evenly cool a space for the consumer's comfort?
It's that evenly cool that is almost like understated. So if you're used to aircon, you will have that direct draft on you, which is great because you're very, very hot. But also in certain environments, you don't like that kind of direct air on you. So our Wind-Free has an entire panel with tens of thousands of micro holes, and it literally just gently disperses cold air. It's the only air conditioning in the world globally that is recognized as still air by ASHRAE, which is the American Society of Air Conditioning and Refrigeration.
There's so many features that are there with this system. Can we discuss the smart functionality and how it makes things more convenient?
So when we talk about the Smart Things app, it is amazing. If you don't have it on your phone, get it on your phone. There's just amazing things will convert you. The Smart Things app, you can basically control the environment in your home. It connects to other Samsung devices as well. But specifically for Wind-Free, I'll give you an example. You'll leave home, from school run, directly from work, you set the temperature in your home remotely from the palm of your hand. But I think also in addition is the AI technology. It will actually sense that you have poor air quality, and it will tell you that I'm now going to purify the air in your space. It also will tell you how much electricity you use from that air conditioning.
With ACs, there's been a tendency for people to complain about maybe sinuses or other things that irritate them. How and what are the health benefits when it comes to the Samsung Wind-Free? What are they?
You know, I think specifically for the last few years, we've become so aware of air pollution, healthy air, what we breathe in, and how we look after ourselves. This has become very, very prevalent. So specifically on the clean air, so our entire Wind-Free, but also our other range of air conditioning have top-of-the-range filters. We recognize that. Our top-of-the-range Wind-Free have a filter that will actually capture 99% and sanitize 99% of bacteria. You will know that your family is healthy. Your child with the aircon in his room or in the living room whilst playing games on the TV or whilst doing homework is breathing the best air that they possibly can. We also have a good sleep mode. Now that sounds like, okay, so if I sleep good, I don't. If I do, I do. So the good sleep mode will actually monitor and find that perfect environment for your sleep comfort. And I think for babies, that's very important. You do want your baby to sleep comfortably. Sleeping through is even better for that. So healthy air is top of mind, and we address that.
I mean, this is exciting me. I've been in all sorts of situations, both at home, in theaters, where I've had some niggles here and there with the conventional way of doing ACs, but you are almost describing an experience where I wouldn't even know it was there, but I'm gaining all the benefits from it. We've spoken about a lot of really cool, nice technical stuff, but I know you have the Triple Protector Plus technology that's also in the system. Could you elaborate on it?
Our Samsung air conditioning is built for Africa because we are a unique continent, and therefore you needed that unique product. So the Triple Protector Plus will actually even out those fluctuations so that you don't lose your investment. So aircon won't break because you have that kind of energy fluctuations that are controlled by the Triple Protector Plus.
Beautiful. And now, if I kind of moved on without talking about energy, I think people would be very angry with me at home.
I think so. Well, let's talk about that. Sustainability is a prime driver for Samsung, and in particularly with air conditioning. So we have a digital inverter. In layman's terms, you have a compressor on the outside that runs this, so you won't have those fluctuations with the compressor cooling the room and then switching off and then cooling it and then switching off. That uses energy. So the digital inverter just runs on that specific level. Wind-free will save you up to 77% energy. That is a vast amount, and as I said, you can control that energy uses from that app as well. It also has a motion detect sensor, so you leave your house and it will actually automatically just switch off.
Samsung is truly living at the forefront of innovation and technology, and it is a marvel to see. I know a lot of people are going to love it.
It really is a remarkable device, and I've got one, and it's like changed the way that I work. I'm able to record. I'm able to use the room in the heat. It's low energy consumption. That motion that Charmaine is incredible, and that motion thing that she was talking about is just a game changer. Just not having cold, icy air blowing you all the time is just, such a luxury.
The energy efficiency, and with all of us obviously trying to generate some kind of power ourselves, you forget that we need to have that sustainability, and this is a massive step forward. And here is the good news. You stand a chance of winning a Samsung wind-free air conditioner with back-to-back installation worth 13,799 Rand. This is amazing. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us, how would a Samsung wind-free air conditioner change your life?
Don't forget to tag at Samsung SA and hashtag windfree. The competition closes on Monday, the 13th of February at midnight. And don't forget, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Good luck.
Well, just like French fries, we thought, why not change things up and make a super healthy version of it with these playful watermelon fries that takes less than 10 minutes to prepare. It's completely kid-friendly, it is refreshing, it is gluten-free, it is a snack, and it really is ideal for those hot summer days that's still ahead for us. Graham, I think you can come and join me in the kitchen. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this. We'll make two different dips. The one is a wet dip, which we will be using our Clover Classic plain yogurt dairy snack for, and you'll make the spicy, flavorful one.
Yeah, it's almost like a rub.
A rub.
It really is.
That's
It's like a
what
rub.
it is.
Yeah.
So you can use the lemon zest. We've got some salt as well as chili powder. You can mix all of that together while I hop onto our wet dip. So I'm going to use about a cup of our Clover Classic.
Yeah, and I would say something like this is a great way to kind of, our kids love watermelon just as a basis. But to introduce different flavors, maybe a little bit of spice. You don't have to go the whole hog of like a full chili powder. You can just, a little bit of paprika or something just to soften it. But I'm finding, you might be surprised, like my daughter, my little one, loves a bit of spice. My son can't touch it, but I love the fact that she's developing her palates at such a young age. Well, that's looking good.
I always struggle to get the zest off any citrus fruit.
It's got to get stuck
such
in.
a talent.
But it is popping, and I think there is something a bit more zingy about a lime. I don't know, there's a... I couldn't tell you essentially what the difference
You get
is.
chefs that come in, they're just like, brrr, and
Yeah, I
it like
know.
flakes out. I do have some of the lime here.
Oh, that's pungent. And then we've got our chili powder. I mean, speaking to Courtney and the rest of our amazing foodie team, they're saying like paprika, peri-peri powder, something with a bit of heat, a bit of smokiness, going to work so well. We've got a little bit of salt.
I'm actually checking if I'm using the grater the right side because more zest is coming out.
Yeah, you got to be persistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We're getting that lemony flavor. And I'm actually adding some coconut sugar.
Ooh.
And that's going to give us a coconut dip.
Oh, I love that. So you're going to have a bit of warmth, a bit of heat on our watermelon fries, if that's what we're calling them. And then you can temper that with a beautiful dip. Nice.
Oh, I love the smell of the coconut fragrance coming through.
Okay. There.
And look at that, G-Man.
Right.
We have got our
So what do you reckon? Should I put them in here so they get a full coating and put them out, or put some over the top? What do you reckon?
I think let's put a little bit over the top.
Oh, look at that.
And then you obviously take your watermelon fry and you simply dip it into... How spicy are you going?
It's pretty spicy. It's a chili kick. This is chili powder, so just brace yourself. But
we're going to give it a go.
Definitely.
Give
I
it a
want to taste
go
it with
and a dip.
Come to me, my little friend.
That chili powder has a kick, but our coconut dip just soothes it.
It cuts through it immediately, and then the heat comes back, which means you're going to have to dip more, I think, as we go. Absolutely delicious. And if this isn't delicious enough, how about another burlesque performance? It's going to get spicy, even spicier in here. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. One last time, we are back and chatting to burlesque dancer Betty Behave, who's going to continue to educate us on the burlesque scene here in SA. It's a scene. It's a sisterhood, but it represents a powerful message, and I love how empowering this is. When you watch a burlesque dancer hit full flight, it's like, wow, okay, she knows her body, she loves her body, she is in her space. What is it? What is the X factor for burlesque? What is it about this dance style that has clearly taken over you completely?
I think definitely it's an inspirational art form. It's all about exuding confidence, it's about empowerment, and I mean the costumes and the music and just the playfulness is definitely what has enticed me.
It takes the edge off and then it adds the edge, okay? Because the performances are quite sensual, and that's awesome. It's wonderful to see people celebrating themselves and their body, and like you say, that confidence game. Is it just for the ladies? Can guys weigh in with a little bit of burlesque?
It's most definitely not just for the ladies.
Thank
In
you
fact,
very
we
much.
do have some boylesque, we have draglesque, we have drag kings,
Oh,
we have
wow.
voguelesque. So there are a variety of burlesque genres available.
Oh, we're going to start training now. We're going to have a Vogel before the end of this year. Scarlett Hearts is going to be coming through and joining us. What is she all about?
Well, Scarlett Hearts is definitely one of the most well-known performers in South Africa. She's just recently come through from Rome, and she won a crown there as well from Barcelona. So she'll just have to show you herself.
Yes, we will get a demonstration right now. Where can people connect with you? Where can we see you perform? Do you guys have a home? How can we connect?
Okay, now there are a variety of producers and performers from all over South Africa, but I think the best thing to do is to probably follow Burlesque South Africa.
Okay.
We have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and there all shows, workshops, inspiration, all of it gets shared online there, and that is the perfect way for people to be in contact.
And I get a sense you join a community, a family of people that is really special in itself, those kind of connections. So thank you so much for opening this up, this world to us. Now, I promised a little bit of heat above the level of the chili that we just had, and you're about to get it. She is known for her signature show, a slow, sensual style, and of course, she is ready to make her mark here in Cape Town. And we cannot wait for you to see this one. And I have a feeling it's going to feel like we have just entered into the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Miss Scarlett Hearts. Guys, thank you so much for giving us a taste of what burlesque is all about. Hopefully we've inspired you this morning. Hopefully you have recorded your love songs a lot better than we did this morning. We love you so much because we love love, and that's what the show is all about. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Oh, my scarlet hearts, you saucy minx. We will see you for a brand new show tomorrow morning. We love you so much. Adios, muchachos. Woo!
To get to the heart of how you feel, all you need is love and a dish that no one cooks better than you. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.